Wait, why is TJ? Oh, god damn it!
What's that?
Oh, it was nothing.
Are you about to make some monkey noises? Hi. So you're playing. Oh no, I wasn't. I was beatboxing.
Well, TJ is going to label us racist anyways.
He already has. So who gives a shit?
That's
Anyway,
fair.
so you're playing Fallout. First off, what's going on, chat? What's going on? It's Monday. It's freaking awesome that we made it to Monday. You've made it. Sci-Fi's made it. I've made it. We've made it. Another weekend. We're here. We're live. We're ready to start this weekend. Fuck. We're ready to start this week off right.
And also, you know what week it is?
Cheerful.
You know what's happening this week? It's that
Yes,
time
sir.
of year.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what's about to happen this weekend or this week. I'm trying to be super excited and positive. What is happening this week? What is the deal, dude? I'll tell you what's happening this week. Elections.
Yes, either Civil War or World War III. Take your bets now, ladies and gentlemen.
69 Laws of Sugar Ma. Dude, this is the 69th show of Frickin Awesome. I've done 69 of these things. It's been a roller coaster. It really has. It's been a roller coaster. But we are up to 69. Then what will be the next like magic number? 100?
75.
75? Okay.
I mean, they basically be like a 3/4 of the way to like 100.
And 69 is just a number that's exciting because of the visuals of it, or the implied sexual position. What do you think? When you see 69, do you instantly start thinking about
Do I just
coupling up with your wife, or do you think of like, oh, look at those two numbers, they're next to each other,
no?
and they're
Well,
they're like reversed each other.
Since you know how severely retarded I am, if I flip them around, it's the same thing.
Are you retarded?
Me, yeah.
Oh, I know John is.
Retarded.
Who isn't?
We're all a little retarded. I think being retarded is fine. Just shocking me there for a second. It's okay if you are retarded, Sci-Fi. I think you're awesome. How's it going, John? Did you have to go to work today?
Yeah, today's my first day back at work.
Yowza!
Yeah, it's rough. Just
crack a beer for you, dog.
Just not used to really doing anything. I've been so, just sitting around, just taking it easy, turning lazy.
Yeah, dude, you had to like get up early and shit.
Yeah, I had to wake up at 4:30 after sleeping till 11. It was rough.
Let me go through the chat real quick so everybody gets some love. What?
Oh, what a shame.
This is Monday. This is freaking awesome. We're not gonna try to talk about that shit. What's going on, Suzanne? How are you today? What a lovely painting. Lovely portrait painting. Got ourselves a tree goblin. I saw a tree today in my backyard. So on New Year's Day, I'm always like, yo, I'm gonna cut a tree down, and I always do. And then I've been looking at the tree that I'm gonna be cutting down this New Year's. Like the New Year's Day, I'll go just fucking chop a tree down. Just be like, okay, I've chopped the tree down. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of outdoors.
Like just for shits and giggles, or do you really need to cut a tree down?
Just shits and giggles. Just to like, have a reason to have my axes and shit. Like I have like cool axes and stuff, but like I rarely use them. So I need to like go out there and be like, honey, I'm gonna go chop a tree down. Not a cherry tree though.
Yeah, there's a guy that I hang out with on the train every day going home. Big, huge bodybuilder. He's a principal of his school, and he didn't even know that I was out of work because he had a heart attack and was out of work for a couple of months. I was like,
Really?
yeah, we just coincidentally both started on the same day. I was like, holy mackerel, what are the odds? You know. So he bought my comic. So I was like, I better find this guy again. You know, we just talk on the train. He bought my comic. So I gotta hand him one. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't understand all that Kickstarter crowdfund stuff. Here's $10. Just give me the comic when it comes out. He goes, you'll find
Very
it.
odd. Virginia. You know, I'm from Virginia, and I love using soap because I'm not sneaky. People who don't use soap when they shower are like trying to be sneaky about shit. But I love soap. I love
You love being clean, basically.
I like being clean. I like smelling good. I like being honest with my wife. You know, all that good stuff. I keep tapping the top of this beer, and I have not opened it up yet.
What does tapping the beer do? It releases the flavor. Because my old boss at the pizzeria used to do the same thing. He would tap his beer like 3 or 4 times.
I would imagine it would just.
I have no fucking clue.
But that's like a thing. A lot of guys do that.
I think I'm trying to like just make sure that like it doesn't fucking
and then
just
when
all
he was
over
done,
my fucking shit,
imagine.
all over my tablet.
he would go like this and tap the bottom. You know, like what is your beer sticking to the bottom of the can?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, here we go. So I'm rocking a I love my local brews. Love my local brews. I'm drinking Terrapin Depth Perception Imperial IPA. I just got a tall boy because that's all I'm going to be drinking tonight. Just a tall boy, and then because it's happy hour, you know, we got shit to do. Got stuff to get
Election
done.
season. The world may be ending. Who knows?
So this is your game. Here we go. I'm gonna turn your gaming off. Is that okay? Because
yeah, it's fine. I'm just showing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I played a little bit of that game, and I wasn't a big fan of it.
Well, I wonder why. Maybe it's because it's basically you walking the entire time.
It was boring as shit, dude.
Let's be real here.
boring.
Fallout 4 was basically the test bed for Fallout 76. And all you do in Fallout 76 is walk.
Yeah, that game sucked. They gave it away for free.
Really?
They did.
Yeah.
I think that's what I got it for free off of like the PlayStation Network. It was like,
yeah.
hey, here's one. Like every month they give you free games to download or whatever.
Yeah, I got it free off of Xbox. Yeah, so just like half a year ago, all my buddies were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna play this," and then fucking we all played it for like one day, and we're like, "Yeah, fuck that."
Well, I watched the TV show. I watched the TV show and was like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking cool." Like, I kind of like that.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things about it.
Yeah, but it's like it's completely separate. I talked to
Right.
Wiggles about it, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I like the show." And I'm telling him about it, and he's like, "What the fuck? That's wrong. That's not wrong." That like he was just fucking like, I don't know. Apparently, whoever made the show like never played the game and just like heard about somebody playing it.
The problem is that it does kind of rewrite what is established, and you know how Fallout has multiple different types of endings within itself?
Yeah.
It basically, what my understanding is, the TV show establishes, hey, which endings are actually canonical.
I don't even think so, man. I don't even think so. I think fucking the TV show just is its own like totally different thing. It's like 100 years after the first Fallout and second Fallout, I think. And it's
Did you watch it? Did you watch it, John?
What's
the Fallout show?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Go ahead, Admiral. I'm sorry. Just seen it.
It's pretty good. Like it's just shit, we lost John.
He was like, fuck that show. I'm not fucking talking
Fallout.
about this show. I'm talking about board games. That was all John wanted to talk about was board games.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
think the
John.
peak of Fallout as far as gameplay hitting like good storytelling was probably like Fallout 3 or New
Sorry.
Vegas.
Yep.
But
I agree with that.
but yeah, 1 and 2 had the best villains, like main villains, and then fucking the show's cool, but it's also got a bunch of like postmodernist bullshit like thrown into it. I liked
I
it,
like the
but
ghoul guy. I like the
yeah,
cowboy ghoul. You know,
yeah,
like this
yeah.
ghoul ass cowboy.
He's the best character, and he
He's the
pulls
best.
like
And then I'm like,
yeah,
yo, is he in the game? And it's like, no.
yeah.
Oh,
Howard the
fuck.
Ghoul, nah. But yeah, no,
KXL said I stopped watching Fallout because so many people said it screwed the pooch in the last episode. Is that true? I don't know. All I know is supposedly next season they're going to be kind of doing something with New Vegas in a way.
That's
yeah,
why
they,
I watch a lot of these new shows because, like, oh, this is pretty good. And then by the 3rd season, they're lecturing me about diversity or something. And I'm like, I just wasted 3 hours. So I kind of just wait until the show is over. And then other people, oh, okay, I'll go watch that. So I'm always like a year or two behind. Like, I'm not watching this Game of Thrones New Dragon show until, I'm convinced.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah, they burnt me.
From what I'm hearing about
got
the second
good.
season.
It got
Everybody
good.
says it's good. I can't wait to
No.
watch it.
It's second season.
I know. Okay. I am being conditioned. They're feeding us shit, and then when it just slightly gets better, we all get excited. And it's like it's fucking amazing now. It's like it's
Why are
still
you
fucking
pulling it
shit.
by
They're just like
heart?
giving us. I don't know.
exactly,
It's like
dude. They have one good
everybody in
episode
the
a
show
season.
fucking sucks. Everybody on the show sucks. It's like uncles, fucking nieces, and it's just everybody's a fucking piece of shit.
Acting's
Right?
decent.
But then same thing with like that first Game of Thrones show, dude. It was like everybody that was like slightly had any kind of moral compass were
Got
just getting
killed.
fucking killed, right?
Yeah.
Until the very end, where it was like only like the baddest motherfuckers were like living. But like with this, it's like I don't give a fuck about any of the people until they started getting those like random dragon riders out of the fucking crowd.
Yeah,
Like the last,
but yeah,
the
yo,
last episode was like, oh shit, that guy he can ride dragons. That fucking guy can ride dragons. I thought that was kind of interesting, but I
yeah,
also know that most of these people are going to be killed.
but that's the thing. Like those dragon seeds, like in the comic, I don't think they went like they went a little bit different with the one like drunk dude, but like with the guy who's the blacksmith with the daughter, like
Yeah.
Hugh the Hammer, they
Yeah.
completely changed his character. Like he's the exact opposite of what he is in the books. Like in the books,
Really?
he's just like a giant fucking badass, like brutish dude. He's like the mountain, you know? And
Yeah.
then in the fucking show, he's like fucking Robert Baratheon Jr. He's like the precursor to Robert Baratheon.
And
But
he's lost his daughter in the show already, right? Like by the time he gets
Yeah.
a dragon, he's basically like lost his family.
yeah, so Tumbleton, the place that his wife kept saying that her brother like had a place for them in and they should leave the city. So that's like where all the shit goes down with the dragon seeds. So like that's gonna be a big plot point later on. Is that probably his wife's gonna get murked or something, and that's gonna cause him to fucking go against the fucking greens or the blacks. Those are the two sides, the greens and the blacks. Yeah.
I saw. Did anybody see the last episode of Penguin?
No, dude, I still gotta watch it. Fucking the last one I saw was when they
I watched
fucking-
it twice, dude. I watched it like
It's good.
Sunday night, yeah, and then I watched it today just to like.
That's the show
rewatch
that
it.
I'm like, I want to watch, but I know they're just gonna hit me with some.
I'm scared. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna don't fuck it up. I'm just like, why? I'm like, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck
They
it up.
just have
Okay,
the
good
guy who,
episode.
Like,
Don't fuck it
introduced
up. Don't fuck
his
it up. Good episode.
twink boyfriend or something.
That's
like that.
going to end up
Said-
being that's what's going to probably end up happening in the Batman 2. You know that parody song they did of the Batman's theme? Something's in my ass.
Deadwood
Oh
was
fuck!
awesome.
I didn't hear that. Thank God.
yeah. Me
I
either.
mean,
That's
I don't want
fine.
no spoilers, but this last episode of Penguin, like, at some point, you gotta show the Batman in this show. Like this last episode, some crazy shit has happened, and it's like Batman's gonna show up. Like if you blow up a whole block in Gotham, Batman should be showing up, right? And that's that.
Yeah.
There's no spoilers, but it's like you're like, holy shit! Like that's a fucking major deal that just happened. If they don't show Batman, that's gonna be fucking weird. And nobody mentions him either. I'm not saying they needed to show Batman in the show, but like, dude, right? Like in the movie, they show how scared everybody is. Like people don't want to fucking walk into the shadow because they're worried about the Batman. They don't even fucking mention him.
That's kind of that's like a minor problem I have with the show. Like I'm scared that it's gonna turn woke in the middle of an episode or something. But you want to make a nice crime Goodfellas show about Batman's villains, but you got to have Batman in it. It's you know what I mean. I'm going to make a show about Lex Luthor, and he's never going to mention Superman. That to me that's just like stealing, gravitas from something. Where would this Penguin show be called if it was just called Crime in Schittsburg? You know what I mean?
Oh my god, yeah.
So
I don't want to get struck. Is my channel going to get struck for?
It's just like a meme. I'm just gonna play it real quick.
Is somebody else gonna
we should be
strike
fine.
my channel for copyright? Okay. All right, we got the Batman Forever.
Something's in my ass.
I got it.
The Batman.
Something's in my ass.
Just remember, if they do end up shoving some sort of like non-binary or homosexual stuff in there, the meme has now become real.
I mean, the only thing
I don't think so, right? It's like they showed the Penguin. They showed the Penguin with a girlfriend. I mean, she's like
I know, but I'm just saying
mulatto.
That was the only thing that was like kind of woke, was that like she spoilers fucking there's like a scene where the Penguin's girlfriend and the fucking Sophia Falcone are like bonding, and it's like a girl power type fucking thing. But other than that, they're really, even though they like are making Sophia Falcone too much of a badass, like fucking they do it tastefully. It's not overbearing. Versus like Game of Thrones, like when in the first season of House of the Dragon, when that chick is like, oh yeah, I have this like king that's like, they're ransoming the king, and she's like, close down the slave pits, remember that the people are what give you your power. Like when that fucking scene started going, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm totally checked out on this. This is gonna be
I didn't mind that. I thought it was pretty clever that she was building an army of like slaves that were loyal to her. I did. So mad.
Daenerys or fucking
Khaleesi. I got so mad at Game of Thrones in the last season. I'm a miniature war gamer, Dungeons and Dragons. I was just like, why did they put the catapults inside, outside the walls, where they're vulnerable to attack, and they send out the horsemen, and then they use the catapult, and they knew that the red, or whatever they call the White Walkers, were vulnerable to fire. Why didn't they just strafe them with dragons? And then the crippled guy is just like, if only we knew what they were after. And he's like, oh, they're after me. If I was Jon Snow, I would have been like, strap his ass to a dragon and fly back north over the wall. And when the army chases him up there, then go to the west and then, lead him around like a goose chase. Like you knew that they were after you, and you're just sitting here eating soup, like no care in the world.
I love the wall. I thought the idea of like the North, like the tribes of the North, like there's no fucking kings up here. I love that shit. That's independent as fuck.
Yo, he made such a great world, and yeah, with Bran especially, the strap him to the dragon shit. Since the fucking first season, when they said you will never walk again, but you will fly, or maybe not, it's the first season. It's whenever he meets the fucking three-eyed raven, and he tells him he's not gonna walk, but he'll fly. And what he means by that is like he'll warg into the crows. I totally thought that was setting up him like warging into a dragon.
Into a dragon.
Yeah, like wouldn't that have been the fucking shit? Yeah.
That'd have been so dope. Dude,
Yeah.
yo, Hale, what's going on, Bat Sauce? Beep beep. Westworld, man. Love the original movie. Dude, the first season, this is Westwood, but I guess it's Westworld. The that first season was dope.
It was so good.
Dude, that second season though was like, what? And it just got fucking weirder and weirder, you
I
know?
wanted to watch it, but I never did.
Once they like, I mean, there was some interesting stuff like outside of Westworld. Like once you left the park, it was kind of interesting to be like, oh, there's an AI and it's secretly controlling not only like the world but also the underworld. Like it's like just fucking and controlling everybody. It was kind of interesting, but not. I mean, the basic idea is you get an amusement park, shit gets crazy.
Mhm.
You know, each season could have. You know what? Each season could have been the same event, just in different portions of the park, which I think they try to do with like Japan World and fucking
I never
at one
watched.
point they showed a
second season.
dragon. Oh, you didn't?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
they
just watched
like
the first one.
they like move out of Westworld and like go into Japan World or whatever the fuck, like Samurai World. And then at one point they go underground and there's like a fucking Game of Thrones dragon like being repaired, which was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So Game of Thrones is like a theme park in the future. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, okay. So that's kind of interesting.
I haven't seen the Yul Brynner movie either. Isn't that like kind of
original movie?
Yeah, isn't
that's
that
the
what
original
kind of
shit.
happens? Like there's
My
like
mom had
three
a crush on
different
Yul Brynner,
worlds.
so we watched that as a kid.
Yeah, so it's pretty much that where it's like you have Westworld, you have ancient Rome, you have medieval world, and I don't know if they had Japan World, but they had these other theme parks, right? And this fucking the gunslinger Yul Brynner, who's like he's programmed to like start a fight with you and then die. He malfunctions and basically turns into the Terminator. Right? Where it's just like you shoot him and he's just like, I'm just programmed to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And like he just starts slow walking this dude through the whole park. So this guy is like first season Westworld and he like stumbles over a fence and gets into like Rome World and there's fucking people and he's in like this fucking Yul Brynner is just fucking tracking him.
Slow walking towards you is scarier than somebody running
the whole time. Yeah, and he gets into like medieval world and he's like, fuck, holy shit. And this fucking
kind of like Terminator,
black cowboy, this black cowboy is just fucking slowly walking after him, dude. It's fucking good. Man, I love Deadwood is amazing. I just recently rewatched Carnival.
I never saw that.
That is just it's a goddamn crime what they did to it, dude.
Everyone swears by it. I still haven't watched it, but yeah, Lord Crackhead Jeremy like loves that show.
Yeah, dude, I love fucking Carnival. I rewatched it and was like,
it never got woke.
Yeah, I do. No, fuck,
they canceled
this shit
it.
Came out like 10, 15 years ago, maybe. I could be wrong, but it came out like a while ago. And but it was like too expensive or something, or they were
I think that's what they said about Deadwood was all the actors,
Deadwood ended decent though. Like I know they did the reboot movie and stuff.
I didn't like that reboot movie. It felt weird and forced.
Yeah, it broke the format. Like one thing
about Swedgen, Swedgen, cocksucker.
Every episode of Deadwood was one day, was 24 hours, So that
really
broke the format, and it just changed it, and then but the third season of Deadwood was a little bit of chore once those actors showed up. I was like, come on, I don't care about the actors.
Dude, what was her name? Calamity Jane.
Oh, she was the best.
Dude, just the best, dude. Just the best.
My wife
I done pissed myself, cocksucker.
My wife will talk like a Calamity Jane every once in a while. Like we'll just be cooking or stuff like that.
Dude, that's my wife does it too, dude.
She goes,
she'll like go into Calamity Jane. You can see her, and she'll like squint one eye and start talking shit. And you're just like, it's funny, dude. Yeah.
She'll get mad. I'll leave clothes on the floor, and she goes, cocksucker.
Woo, Swedgen. Woo, Swedgen. I like Swearingen, you know, to be honest with you. Like, you had to kind of be like that. And I feel like Swearingen, I like saying it like, woo, Swearingen. I feel like he was like honest, but I also like Bullock too. Like Bullock was like,
well, Bullock, yeah, Bullock was.
he's
too,
like he's like the ideal dude. You know what I mean? He was just like, yeah, dude, like, no matter, even if it fucking sucks, like he does the right thing. You're like,
right. That's the whole first episode when he hung the guy, even though they were going to kill him.
yeah.
Yeah,
What else?
Bullock was like,
tell my son I was a good boy. He's a good boy. What else you want to tell my wife? What else? Fuck it. Let's do this. Fucking funny, dude.
But Swearingen, he was like that was the whole point, was he evolved as the close, like that was supposed to be as Deadwood became like a you know, from a territory to a like a legitimate recognized town. It was Swearingen went from a son of a bitch to like an honorable person. And that's why that movie didn't really work, because it just broke the format. We were watching a murderous person turn good. You know, that whole show was his redemption arc, and then they kind of had to jump ahead.
Dude, that fist fight, Swearingen and Bullock, and that fucking the lady show, he goes, "Welcome to fucking Deadwood," and his fucking eyes all swollen shut. This is dope, dude. He's like pissing blood from that fight.
What's her name? Jem or Jewel, the gimpy girl.
Dan, but come fucking knock this door down, Dan. That shit was hilarious, dude.
There was one scene, and you remember her? She was from Different
Strokes. Knock this fucking door down. Yeah, dude. She was the comedian from Different Strokes.
Right. And then there was one scene where she was getting groceries, and she just falls into the mud, and she's in Chinatown, and everybody just looks at her, and nobody helps her.
Yeah, you know, dude.
It was just like an opening scene. Oh my god. Oh, but Matt, I tell you, the scene where Swearingen kills the priest, I still cry. If you watch that scene, especially the build up to it, and you watch it, and you don't have a dry eye, you got no soul. You know.
I'll have to look. I'm gonna go back and rewatch that, dude. I've been to Deadwood. I don't know if you guys ever been to Deadwood.
No,
dude. We went to Deadwood because we were going like from Virginia to something, to like a family reunion when I was a kid, and we went into Deadwood, and it was crazy, dude. Like the saloon where Wild Bill Hickok was killed is there. It's not a tent. It's like an actual building, but the saloon is still there. It's like a number too. It's like saloon number fucking 47 or whatever the fuck. On display, they got the fucking chair and the cards that he was holding. Still, and this was like
aces and eights,
late mid 80s. That, you know, I was like a little kid, you know, and we got to see it, and I was just like, why is there a chair on the wall? I didn't fucking, you know, I had like some sarsaparilla. My dad had a beer, but that's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild shit.
KSS says the only problem with Deadwood is I'm a huge Western history buff, and Bullock's personality isn't right. Wild Bill, it's not history. Deadwood is a fictionalized account of the story. Like the real Swearingen, I looked him up. Guys, you don't want to know what that guy was really up to.
He was a motherfucker. He died like crazily too. Yeah.
He was basically a human trafficker, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like a pimp, crazy pimp.
Worse than that, he would put
it does help though, right? Like it does kind of like kick off stuff, you know, where it's like you know, you're watching Deadwood and you're like, man, that's kind of interesting. And then that like kind of triggers YouTube videos and shit. Like you start watching like other stuff. Like I fucking love Master and Commander.
Yeah, I like that movie too.
Yeah.
And now, dude,
that's a great movie.
The number of videos and shit that I've watched on boats and like that particular boat and like how it's made and how like life was for seamen in the Navy, you know, in the Royal Navy, and like what they, you know what I mean? It like watching a cool movie kind of, or a show, so like, it should like kind of trigger shit, you know. At least it does in me, you know. With like Deadwood, I was like, I want to know everything about fucking the town Deadwood. I want to know about fucking America at that time period.
That inspired a comic book story that I'm still working on. Linkovich says that they didn't say things like cocksucker either. They said things like, if I bought the DVDs of Deadwood, and there's like documentaries at the end of every season. And that's one of the things Pilchner said is they actually filmed using accurate language, and they would laugh. He goes, "We all sounded like Yosemite Sam," and nobody. So he goes, "So we took
you god darn tootin' a rickin' tootin' rat and
rootin' tootin' shoot,
you're frazzle gazzle, no good rootin' bootin'. Yeah, dude.
And they didn't play poker. They played Faro, Faro.
Yeah, like all those old Chinese ladies when you go to the casino, they're playing Faro.
I have a board game called Western Legends, and it's like a miniatures Western game, and it has a deck of cards, and each card is like a person you could be. I always play Swearingen or Seth Bullock because of Deadwood.
How come if I'm playing Red Dead Redemption, they don't give me Pharaoh? The only thing I could play is poker.
Because nobody really knows that Pharaoh. Matter of fact, I learned how to play Pharaoh because of this board game. It's got a little rules.
Oh, really? It's like a little mini game inside it.
Yeah, you could go into the saloon. You could play poker. You could play Pharaoh.
Is that the game that Kurt Russell, Wyatt Earp was doing in Tombstone? Was he doing some fucking like?
Yeah.
It's a real simple game. It's real simple, and there's almost no way to cheat. So that's I think why people liked it. I mean, unless you just
old Asian ladies have the best cocaine.
Well, one day when I do my solo board games, I'll set up Western Legends and play a solo game. You guys would be amazed. It takes up my whole table with terrain, and it's like playing a whole miniature set with little trains and stuff. It's cool.
Right.
I love the chat.
I bought Black Sails on DVD. I haven't watched it yet.
So Ray Stevenson was on Black Sails.
Wait to be disappointed by Black Sails. I'm sorry to tell you.
Okay.
Like, it's literally got like 2 or 3 seasons. They're so good. And then it just gets so gay. Wow. It's crazy. Like literally gay. Like he's like fucking dudes. Like
brother. Ew. Yeah.
I bought Vikings, but since I heard that there's like a black woman who's one of the chieftains, I'm like, I can't watch
what in Vikings?
I've heard Viking is good, but I haven't watched
the old show Vikings.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, there's like 7 seasons or 8 seasons.
And one season, a black woman, it plays a male. Historically, it's a male chieftain, and a black woman plays it because
Oh, I guess I'm not that far into it. I still have like the first guy is still alive for me. I like watching Vikings, but I haven't gotten that deep into it because I don't know why.
And I'm watching Spartacus. I think I'm at the season that was the prequel season because the star died and then they got a new. And I just can't get back into it. I got to get back into it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
God, man, I'm a little sad. I'm gonna pour out a little beer right into my mouth. For Ray Stevenson, man.
I like Ray Stevenson.
An amazing genre actor, and he was fucking amazing in Rome.
Yep.
Yeah. Rome is what I watched. Yeah, I watched all of Rome. It was so good.
I would never talk shit to Pulo or fucking the 13th Legion.
Yeah.
And then he was the epitome. He was like my fucking Punisher. I know the movie was a little wonky, but
he was excellent.
He was fucking excellent. And they had the best dude for Microchip. Microchip looked like fucking Microchip. Even to that, like that movie was. I hate the parkour guy. Even though he gets hit with a rocket and it explodes,
that made me laugh. They're all just flipping around.
I was like, I fucking hate parkour, man. God damn it. But Ray Stevenson was just amazing in that. Amazing. And then the best part of fucking Ahsoka or whatever Socks Soaking or whatever the fuck that show was. Soaking Socks. He was the best thing in that movie or in that TV show. He was like a Jedi. He was a Jedi, was no longer a Jedi, and had like stepped away, saw the cycle of bullshit of like light, dark, and was like, yeah, I want to step away from this. I need to fucking go somewhere else. And like, I thought that was like a cool aspect of him. You know what I mean? Do you guys know what I'm talking about, or am I fucking?
I haven't watched
Retard.
a single Senran.
I haven't watched it, but yeah, the Gray Jedi are always the most interesting shit.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
like,
like
dude, honestly, the coolest part of
So
like,
cool.
I don't know if you guys watch Star Wars Rebels. It's like,
Oh
honestly,
yeah, I watched a bit of
yeah,
it.
it's like a kid's show, dude. So it's like hard to watch it through. But there's like a season where they have like a spirit animal, like
with
who's
the
like
wolves.
neutral. He's like neutral with the Force, not the wolf part, the part with Bendu, where it's like the guy with the fucking like elf antlers and shit. It's like a
Yeah,
giant bullwinkle, and then you can like control fucking a bunch of fucking Force shit. But
there
he's
was a
like
lot of
not
that
light.
shit.
He's not light or dark. He's like a gray Jedi, but he's just like he's like an animal that could use the Force, you know,
Yeah.
like
He
which
was
is like
voiced by
a
Tom
cool
Baker,
thing.
the fourth
Yeah,
Doctor.
The more they expand Star Wars, the more it feels like anybody could like use the
Right? Who
Force.
cares about Jedi? There's a Jedi selling candy someplace. You know, like
Yeah, it almost seems like you could be Jedi, aka you could be Amish, or
Right,
you could still be a Jedi, and like it's like like if you focus enough, you could use the Force. Like there's all these different like factions of people. Like
yeah.
that last show, Acolyte, they had like the Dykes. They were fucking like Force wielders, and it's like, well, maybe they were. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's like, all right, well, it's not just the Jedi and the Sith tapping into like this like source of power. There's a whole bunch of other people. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really liked him on the show though. He was pretty cool.
Baz says that I'm talking about there's this Viking sequel. I didn't know that. So the original Viking show is good to watch. Then I'll start watching it this weekend.
The original Viking
Yeah.
show is really
Okay.
good.
Good for telling me that, Baz, because I bought the DVDs and I'm like,
they've always given me good fucking reviews on Vikings, the original show. The only part I've seen is when they're trying to like cut the dude's head off, and he like moves his hand and like drags the dude's fucking like fingers under the axe. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of just dope shit. There's like one guy, and it's really weird because you see him in other shows as like a lawyer. I love like watching a show and then seeing actors in other shit. You know what I mean? It's so fucking cool. But it's like one of the Vikings, like he gets his arm hurt, right? And it starts stinking, and it starts like getting infected, and he's just like, "Hey, can you cut my arm off? It fucking stinks. Like it's trying to kill me. I don't want it anymore." And they're like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah. I don't want it. It's trying to kill me. Fuck this arm." And they're like, "Okay, dude." So they cut his arm off, and like it doesn't really help him. He's still like they didn't catch it in time.
Spread.
Yeah, the infection's already gone through him, and so they're like on their way to a battle, and he's just like, "Hey man, could you fucking help me up, bro?" And they're like, "I don't know, man. You're kind of fucked up." And he's like, Don't let me fucking die in this fucking tent, bro." Like it's like that moment of like, "Don't let me die in this fucking tent." So he's like, "All right, man, come on." Helps him up.
Yeah.
And fucking like he just like walks into the arrows, but it kind of helps the fight, right?
Yeah. That's how they flank them.
Yeah. So while these guys are
Risey
sitting
shows
there
that
shooting
clip on his
arrows,
channel.
they're shooting arrows at this one Viking who's like just gonna die in battle. Like all of his guys are fucking maneuvering and shit. It was dope.
Yeah.
Short bus.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on,
What's up,
dude?
people? Not much. I got tomorrow. I'm making the official announcement of the release of my new book.
Dope.
Hey, Fatso, so you're on with me on Wednesday, right?
Yep, Wednesday,
7 p.m. Yeah.
7 p.m. Yep, got a lot of stuff. And you want me to show off the piece you did, Matt?
Did you get somebody to color it?
No.
Oh yeah. Show it off, man.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. No, it's like interior for the book, right? It's a novel.
I'm bummed out. There's no pumpkins. I didn't do it on air. I didn't do it in an hour and a half.
Is this it? That should be it. Yeah. Nice looking piece.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, really happy how when it came out. And I didn't give much direction either, right?
Just in like the what they kind of look like, but no, it was pretty cool.
Matt, you
It's
drew
not a
this?
cover. It's like an interior piece. So it's just kind of like establishing where they are, like a burning village or something.
Matt, you drew this?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Right? Yeah. So
This is
it's a fantasy comedy book, but like halfway through, it's it's more like action comedy. So obviously, this is more towards the action back end of the book.
This is based on Dungeons and Dragons. I don't believe it. I don't see any wheelchairs.
Dude, he's
No
got
wheelchair,
okay.
sorry.
I was like, I really enjoyed it because he was just kind of like giving me broad examples, and I was like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna be designing these characters. He's like, nah, man, it's cool. Like, who gives a shit? He just kind of like gave me some general examples, so it was really fun to just like sit there and be like, all right, this is what this guy kind of looks like. Like, I like just being able to just kind of go, you know.
Well,
But
it's
I'm
like
also willing. I'm also willing to like if he was like, yeah, these characters are all already designed, then that would have been a fun thing to be like, okay, let me draw these characters as like correctly as possible. But it was you let me do it. You let me have fun, dude, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I like how it turned out. Yeah, I mean, it's like, so it's a novel, right? So it's like people are gonna come up with their own interpretations of how they think they're gonna look. So it's like, just because the image looks this way, like you can think that this is how they look, but it's not necessarily, it's not gonna break whatever your own interpretation of the character is. I tend to do a little bit more vague description of like specific characters. So yeah.
That's good. I was reading, but like not reading. I was watching some script writing videos. Like how to write a script, what's that kind of shit. And the person was talking about how to like make it descriptive, but not get too descriptive because you want other people to be able to like hop in.
Right.
Yeah, you
Does
don't
that
want to
make
hold
sense?
people's hands.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, if you're gonna write a script, your script, there's gonna be conceptual artists involved. There's gonna be a director. There's gonna be producers. There's gonna be all these other people involved when they read your script. So you want to kind of like leave it open for them to insert their ideas, right? So it'd be like scene 1, location shot, sci-fi city at night. You know what I mean? You could like kind of leave it vague like that. That way everybody can like start building their own ideas of like a sci-fi city at night. But like if you sit there and go a sci-fi city at night with neon tubes and there's a bunch of shit and you just start like filling it up, you don't give other people room to like play. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I
thought
get it.
it was interesting. I was sure like how like that also applies to like comic book scripts, where like sometimes a writer of a comic book script will be like page 4, frame 1, mid shot, panel 3, long shot, upper. You know what I mean? They'll like try to like control the shit a little too much, and you're just like, fucking, you draw it then.
Yeah. No, I had a Dio, the guy who did was it Tomb of the Reckoning? I had him do a piece as well. And the way I described it, like they're in a room with like a bunch of spiders, and I'm like, they have some sort of protective gear that prevents them from getting their heads bitten off. And he's like, how do you like the hoods? And I'm like, oh, I didn't think there'd be any hoods, but I guess that makes sense, to not get their heads bitten off. So I was like, yeah, keep it. I didn't say there wasn't hoods, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. You leave it open enough so that other people's ideas and creativity can like add to yours. Yeah. Dude, I liked your idea with the guy having 2 wands and they're kind of almost like
the pistols,
like
the
pistols,
yeah,
right. So in my head I was like, wands that look like pistols, and I started thinking about like little kids with like wooden sticks.
Yeah, a stick that looks
that
like
they use as pistols. You know what I mean? It's like, they'll like hold a stick like it's a fucking machine gun.
Yeah,
Like,
sequel
cool.
wise,
That's a
I'm
wand,
gonna get big into that. Yeah, no, so I was like, man, if you just had a wand with just a slight bend into it, and these are specifically their fire wands, so it's like, yeah, you're just shooting it like a fire wand magical pistol.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like, I was imagining like the kind of handles of like old flintlock guns. Yeah. Where it's not as like traditional, like like a Colt where it's like top of the gun, then the bottom of the gun. You know what I mean? Where it's like the old flintlocks seem to be like kind of like a flowing kind of like piece. Like
Yeah, it
one
adds
hole.
nice style to it. Like again, I didn't think about that when I was doing that, but I like it's one of those things. I like the addition to it.
Yeah, when things are collaborative, people come up with a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, and it was fun, dude. I sent you the sketches, and at any point you could have made decisions.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, it's weird. I asked you to make a change, and then you're like, "Yeah, sure."
Because that's what professionals do. That's what experienced professional artists do. They'll send you shit, and then you're like, "Hey, man, could you change that?" You go, "Yeah, sure, no problem," because it's your shit.
Yeah, it was I think the only big change is you had the girl. She had 2 swords. I was like, she has 1 sword, and it looks like this. So it's like.
Yeah, that's why it's way easier to just start showing you shit from Jump Street. Just start showing you stuff. That way you can say, actually, not 2 bats. You just do 1.
Yeah. Yeah, squeaks.
Because you were like, yo, how about can I get a bat? And I was like, he wants bats? I'm sorry. I just started drawing bats all over the fucking thing. 1 bat. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
1
it's
bat.
just a little pet bat. It squeaks.
I didn't know that, I just thought it was fucking bats flying around.
Yeah, I mean, I threw you a lot, because it's 4 characters, so there was a lot of information, but there's pages upon pages on all these characters, so it's.
I can't wait to read it, dude.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get started on it.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to. Everybody's gonna be able to purchase it tomorrow. I'm just working out a few things with Amazon because Amazon fucking sucks. I was planning on having it as a pre-order, 30-day pre-order. But apparently that you can only do that with the digital. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? I can't do that with the physical? You don't have the technology, Amazon?
So so what's the deal with this? So this is a prose book with some illustrations in it. And when it goes live and it's ready to order, it's already finished and
Yeah. I mean, it's done right now. I'm just editing the Amazon page to make sure it doesn't look like ass.
Do you have the cover yet? You're gonna reveal the cover tomorrow?
I got the cover. It's right here. You got a proof copy, yeah. I could get a picture. How close did I get to that
main character? Is that the main character on the front? How close did I get?
Yeah.
How close did I get to the cover?
Again, I mean, he's not wearing his armor. So you you did a different this is a mask. You did a helmet, which I actually prefer. So
yeah, you were
I think that was
you were like, yo, it's a welding mask. I was like, okay, so I Googled welding mask. It was just fucking helmet fucker. I was like, all right, which seemed kind of cool because he's got magic wands, so maybe he needs some sort of welding mask protection.
So the idea is he's a toolsmith, so he repairs all the magical items in the kingdom. So he has some safety gear that protects him magically wise, right? And then later he kind of uses that as armor because there's a whole conspiracy going on at the castle, and so there are other magic users, and so now he's got the anti-magic armor that they're not typically used to going up against. Essentially,
is magic in your book? Is that shit just willy-nilly? Everybody's just flaunting it? Or is it blood magic? No, I mean it's very comedy, so it's a little bit bureaucratic. Okay. So you got a little. They have a lot of power, but they're also they have the more magical person has more power than the actual king does. To the point where people kind of even forget they have a king. Okay. But then you have some of the other lower mages, but they more get the position because of who they're related to through nepotism. What is that? I'm talking about Alan Moore. I've seen some Alan Moore scripts. Holy shit. That motherfucker is and then he had a scarf and it laid to the left. And there was a small pleat in it. And then this other guy had a cigarette, but it wasn't fully lit. I want the cigarette to be half lit. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
he's a spoiled brat. I love Alan Moore, but he's a spoiled brat.
He's a Satanist. Fuck that guy.
He worships a snake puppet.
He does?
Yeah.
Some crazy
Jeez.
shit. Yeah.
That's fucking weird. Yeah.
You
So this
know.
time this is a cover. This guy like working on his little magic stuff. Tale of the Dunce Whisperer. So some people don't know what a dunce is.
Confederacy of dunces.
You're like a dum-dum, right? It's like somebody who wears
right.
the mask or wears the hat, the dunce hat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever read Confederacy of Dunces?
No.
One of my favorite
It's
books.
funny, dude.
Yeah, it's one of the funniest books I've ever read.
Oh my god, I was working at a call center and I was pretending to call people, just sitting there reading that book, laughing. Oh,
Yeah.
such a good book.
So good.
Where's the dunce hat? That'll be later. That's the wizard hat.
Oh, retard alert.
Yeah, so I feel like the name is very much
Hard
like,
R. You got hard R for retard. Look at that chin. He's got a chin like fucking Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Was
he?
the retard whisperer? Was that next?
inward?
with a retard whisperer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, essentially,
guy
it's
Written
essentially
out.
what he is.
Hard R in the whisper.
Yeah.
Whisperer.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would have, spammed retard all over this book, but I did. Oh, my kid is wanting to come sit down here.
Is that your kid or mine?
No, that's mine.
I was just like,
I did try to keep.
I certainly
this more,
went from Matt Bart into like dad. I was like, "What's up? You guys need a yogurt pouch? What's going on?
Yeah.
Anybody need a juice box? You okay?
Yeah, he's upset. I
Daddy
can't
loves
join
you?
me down here.
We're all good. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I try to keep this like more kid friendly, so like there's no like brutality. Like I don't even think there's blood in this, and I specifically made sure there's no curse words, so I can be a little bit of younger audience.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, honestly, man.
Yeah, I don't think it would have like helped. Of course I'm the short bus, so I love the retard word or theme.
Yeah, it's funny, but no, for your book, you should not.
Yeah, but I mean that is what he is, the retard whisperer, and it's kind of like how I always saw my specialty in IT. It's like
you should. Can you do like a western and call it the retard wrangler?
retard wrangler, yeah.
Wrangler.
You know what's funny, Matt, is that's what I call myself at work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the construction site. Whenever a new guy shows up and he's either angry or doesn't know what to do or it's crazy, oh, that's John's new partner. So like I don't joke, like I don't know if I'm also a retard or if I'm the retard wrangler. So that's
both.
Yeah, I'm the retard wrangler. So I get
that.
The guy nobody wants to work with is always my partner. I one guy who legitimately had two personalities. Used to
really
Mondo. Hey, Mondo's here today. It's Raymond, and Raymond was a great worker. Mondo was a problem.
What the fuck?
Yo, I couldn't tell by his name, Mondo.
That's
Mongo.
And
wait, Mondo was a problem.
He would just start doing cock-a-doodle-doo.
But no, it's like a
song.
Yeah,
I always felt like the best like way to troubleshoot stuff, at least for me, is like I'm able to put myself into people's shoes and figure out how they broke it because I too am retarded. So it's like I just had to think of like what I would do retardedly, and it's like, oh yeah, I fixed it because you did something retarded. Like somebody
You're
who's
the
like
tard whisperer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like how most issues, like especially in computers, in anywhere, it's like how did you fuck this up? It's like, oh yeah, you're retarded.
Half the time it's just turn it on and turn it off.
Well, exactly. But like the thing is, the customer 9 out of 10 times they will try their hardest to convince you that they turned it off, or they just logged off and they didn't actually turn off. They think that's the same thing. So it's like you have to know that they're going to be retarded and not do the simple things to fix it.
Yeah, that's why most shit's all just remoted into. You can just go into it, refresh anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And say, there you go, retard. Get back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make everything pixie boot and then just fucking connect it to like a fog server. and then just have a bunch of fucking. This is what this person's like IT needs are, and then you just create a bunch of profiles and push it to all the fucking desktops.
Did you see Dungeons and Dragons, the recent movie?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Dude. I was like, all right, fuck it. Let me sit down and watch this piece of shit. And I
Well,
was
I
fucking
gotta-
laughing my ass off, dude. I fucking thought it was awesome.
My expectations were low. You know what I mean?
Dude,
So I was,
so low. Because
I was like,
I remember the
alright,
first
alright.
Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah,
In
when was there a good
2002.
one?
Yeah,
Or
with
six.
fucking with the guy who played fucking Alfred and shit. There's
It had a bunch of people in it that later went did shit.
the girl from American Beauty was supposed to be in it. Like they were like, "Yo, Dungeons and Dragons, guys, we're finally doing it. Dungeons and Dragons. We got one of the fucking brothers from In Living Color. We got him in it.
yeah,
Didn't they get
Don't
really
forget
good?
Captain Kirk from the great Star Trek movies of the modern age.
He was in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
yeah, he was the star.
Didn't they get some crazy
Steve
like
Trevor
villain
from the
too?
Wonder Woman movies.
Oh, you're talking about the most recent Dungeons and Dragons. I thought you were talking about the older Dungeons and Dragons that came out like in the fucking
Early
2000s
aughts.
or
Well,
something.
that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
everyone was talking
know.
about.
It had the girl from American Beauty. Like she makes American Beauty, and then goes off and makes
Laura Birch?
Dungeons.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. She makes Dungeons and Dragons, and then fucking leaves Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, she had
I
some
like-
fucked up shit. Her parents were like porn stars or
Her parents were
something.
porn stars.
Yeah.
She had a bad life.
Yeah, they had to like
Nice.
sign something so that she could
She
show
was
her
underage
tits
in
in American Beauty.
Too, and her parents still
Yeah.
let her
What?
topless.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing was fucked up. I mean, it's a Kevin Spacey centric movie, so you know.
Oh.
Talk
I
about a
hate to
fucking made-for-TV movie. That guy's fucking career, dude.
Well, remember when Kevin Spacey was like, "No, I didn't molest anyone. I'm just gay,
Yeah,
and I've been hiding it this whole time."
I'm living
And
my
then
life.
his brother was like, "Oh no, our father was like a white supremacist Nazi and like tortured us as children." Like, you know,
What?
it was it was some crazy shit. Like he's like, "Oh yeah, he's totally fucked up." Like his brother was just like, "Yeah, I'm fucked up." Like, you know,
Well, it makes sense. You
it
know,
was
it's like, hey,
insane.
So did you
Yeah.
see?
fucking chick's eyeballs.
He,
Stop looking at
he was
me,
going to
lady.
go to trial,
Fuck.
and somebody was gonna testify against him, Kevin Spacey, and Kevin
Mhm.
Spacey on Twitter said, "If someone says anything bad against you, kill them with kindness." And then the next day,
Yeah.
that guy died in a car accident. Like there's
Yo,
something creepy about that guy.
that's happened 3 different times.
Yeah,
But
3
like
different
the other,
times. Like,
yeah.
the
So
new-
like, yeah, the first guy got like cancer or something, like really suddenly, and like died within 6 months. Like, you know,
From a
like
sudden
some
cancer?
yeah.
yeah, like probably poisoned or some shit. But
Yeah,
like,
like
yeah.
somebody walked up to him in an airport and poked him with a fucking umbrella.
yeah, umbrella with like some fucking super radioactive shit on it.
Exactly,
Like,
dude.
yeah.
Ow! Oh, I'm so sorry. I poked you with an umbrella.
Whoops,
Dude,
my bad.
that's some gnarly shit to be like, yo, I'm radiation dying because somebody jabbed me in the leg with the fucking poisonous umbrella. I'm glad you know
Yeah.
about that story, Admiral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really
It's
hate
fucking
that.
crazy.
I just shilled, but I have to take off because my kid is like losing it right now.
Go do your thing,
Yeah,
Daddy.
it's all good.
Go do your thing,
There you
Daddy. Hail, brother. See you next time.
Peace out.
Dude, Admiral Wackass, let me just say, I've seen you recently on some channels. You've been
TJ's.
dropping some. No, not even on TJ. I don't watch TJ shit. I don't give a fuck. I already watched enough Animal Planet.
True.
I've already watched fucking Chimp Kingdom. I don't need to watch TJ's show. I've seen you on, I guess, like Dark Gifts or some other people, dude. Just probably Lord Raptors. Just dropping knowledge, dude. I can't give you specific details, and you're probably not going to ask because you're not a woman. But I'm just saying,
True.
the overall like vibe that I'm getting and the memories that I'm like remembering. Does that make sense? Is that like every time I'm like about this, I'm like thinking something, you say it.
Yeah, dude.
Like I'm sitting here listening to Lord Raptor, like rewatching it, and I'm going, what the fuck? Blah 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 blah. And then like within fucking minutes, dude, you're like, yeah, well, blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
Phew! Sorry.
Black ass is fucking nailing it, man.
Dude, that's because like we were all there. We all watched this happen. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude.
it's not like it's a secret or something. Like there's just people that choose to ignore all this shit.
Yep.
And then there's
I think
people
that's
that
what
are
it is,
like,
dude.
all this shit's fucked. Like,
I think
it's
that's what it is. Where I'm just like, yo, there was a red truck that went down the street, and everybody is fucking calling me names, and you're the one who's going, yeah, there was a red truck, and it also had lights on the top. But it's like,
yeah,
yes, there's a fucking red truck.
we all saw it.
Pedos. Yeah, we all saw it. Anyways,
Yeah.
just
But yeah, fucking whatever, dude. All that shit's fucking gay. Just make good shit and fucking find the people that make good shit and support them.
I'm on
That's
page
all you can do.
12 of Rock and Roll Ninja, the sequel.
Oh, cool. Can't wait.
Hell yeah.
You mean the book? You mean you're working on the sequel of the book that you supposedly never released?
Oh yeah. Malin was like, did he release it? I don't know. Yeah.
No, it wasn't
Mm.
Malin. It was
For a
Ruby
while.
King, I think.
Ruby King.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Man,
what to
I
tell
wish
you.
Malin
I don't know
never
how to-
released
I don't know what to
Godlike.
tell you about like homeless people. They're crazy. Am I right, John? Are homeless people insane?
Most of them are. Take a subway ride in Manhattan and then answer that question.
Dude, I worked at a homeless shelter for 2.5 years, and yeah, it's a nightmare.
Hey, when you were at the homeless shelter, did you ever lean up and you're like, yo, man, have you ever thought about moving into the woods?
Yo, there was a guy that was like an old dude, and he just kept telling us, he's like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go into the woods and die.
Oh shit.
Bruh.
I'm not saying
Constantly,
go in the
like-
woods and die. Yo.
He was on the Kirby route. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty old. I fucked my liver up. Like, I'm fucked. Like, he's just like, I'm just gonna go into the woods and die. And we're just like, why not just stay in the hotel? Like,
I always thought like, take like someplace in the desert, someplace in New Mexico where nobody lives, and just build like a homeless city. It's warm all year long, put up some park benches and just like, okay, homeless people all go down, every state will chip in a little bit. You want to go live there, kind of like that, the city of God in Brazil, like nice and warm.
yo,
You could just hang out.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, how are you homeless in New York? That's
Right,
kind of
the worst place to be
walking
homeless.
south.
I always say that to my friends. If I ever get homeless, I'm just gonna walk every day until it's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's
Well, lots of
warm and there's
people do that.
beaches.
Yeah,
And
it's
you can
warm.
just-
Oh, I'm in San Diego. That only took 9 years, but at least it's
Here's
warm.
my
Like,
question.
New York,
Like, why aren't there like tribes of homeless people living in Yosemite or Yellowstone? You know what I mean? It's
There
just like,
are-
look, man, we fucked
there-
up. We're
Hang
just
on.
gonna fish and hunt, and we've decided to be primitives in America.
well, I'll tell you that
Is that
you know,
possible,
I
sir?
work in the subways a lot. There's homeless people that live in the subways,
Yeah.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I
I'm sure
know.
there are.
and every
Dude,
once
Do you
in a
know
while,
what
like,
Slab City
we
is?
got to go down
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I've
Like,
heard of that. It's like no man's land, right? It's
Isn't
like
that
no
in
law.
Nevada?
They're just
we go down
weirdos.
there, and it's just like,
Yeah.
like we would have to go down there and like make peace treaties with them. Like, okay, we'll buy coffee and stuff like that. Just leave us alone.
Mhm.
Like we knew they
they were
weren't
like
gonna steal
leaving
our tools.
treats for him, like fucking like they were hobbler goblins or something.
Right, like they would
What's
send
the,
out like
the shoemaker? He's like leaving
Right.
shit for the little goblins
we
making
would-
shoes for him.
we would hire like 1 or 2 of them, just like, what your job is just to watch our toolboxes, because they knew they couldn't break into our toolboxes and steal our stuff, but they would pee on it or something like that, or whatever. So like,
Yeah.
okay, this week you 2 guys will give you like $400 for the week, and the shop would just put that
Write
money
it off.
in the bid, you know what I mean? And they were happy. Oh, $400. That's, you know, so there you go.
Dude, those are stories that I heard. Like when I first started going to New York City, I was 9 the first time I went to New York City, and like I was told about rat people. Yeah.
The mole man.
Yeah, the mole people that live down there. And dude, like as a little kid, you know, you're walking down the street and you hit the grates and you could like look down and see real far down. Sometimes the subway will kick up, you know, that warm air. Dude, I was always looking down, like looking for fucking like mole people.
Yeah.
Very scary.
There's people like this. They got Manhattan. Like I've worked 17 stories below Manhattan. You know, in you know the bones of skyscrapers. Really, really cool. This as high up as the Freedom Tower, you could go as low below Manhattan. They got
really
what they call sandhogs. They're
Sandhog, dude. One of my guys, Hudson in Rock and Roll Ninja, is a sandhog.
Yes,
like he comes back and it's just like he's working down the tunnels in Manhattan. Yeah, he's a sandhog.
What the sandhogs do is they're the ones that build the subway tunnels, and below the subways, really super low, they're building a reservoir, and they got like a mole man machine, like a big gigantic borer that's just going upstate. And these guys, they got their own private rail system. They'll go down to wherever it is. You know, they'll huddle up on a car and they'll go like 2 or 3 hours upstate, but it only takes like 20 minutes because it's just a straight ride on that rail. And that's where they'll work. They'll be up like by the by the whatever mountains they're called up there, you know, up and then
Adirondacks.
Yeah, they're up by the, you know,
by like Ithaca and shit.
Yeah. And they're what they're doing is they're bringing water into Manhattan, you know, so that huge pipes and they'll come in. They have like mine shafts, huge. You know, I've been down there a few times because they need electric power and everything. So electricians will go down there, but they're like a closed shop. Like if you're a sandhog, that probably means your grandfather was a sandhog, you know, or your uncle was a sand. Like and these guys make like so much money, but they're mole people.
Making a fuck ton of money, but it is
dangerous.
super
fun.
It's dangerous, but it's tight as fuck. Yeah, dude. It's like, who's your dad? It's not even like it's like, who's your granddad?
Right. Oh, your father was my apprentice, kid. You know what I mean? It's like
they're
buying each other's weddings and stuff. Yeah. Oh, and my union is putting out a call to work on like oil rigs. You go out there for 2 weeks. You know, you work 12 hours.
Is your union open? Are the books open?
Yeah, you got your union. You got to take a test. I'm not. You know, my brother was in the union, and you still have to take a test. And I'm not joking. It was one of the hardest tests I ever took.
How hard is it to create a union?
Theoretically, you just got to get like half of your workers to vote, but that doesn't mean anything. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got to unionize it, and suddenly some people show up and be like, "Hey, man, I'm not union, but you could hire me."
Right. Well, I mean, okay, so Matt, Admiral Wackass, and me, we're all three of us. We're a union. Doesn't mean anybody has to pay us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah, that was my train of thought just then. I was like, "Oh, what if fucking comic book creators unionized?"
Right.
But then there would just be fucking people showing up and be like, "Hey, man, the union wants this amount of money. I'll do it for fucking $50 less." And
well, that's what's happening in Manhattan. You know, I hope, you know, it's no secret what union electricians in New York make. You know, we do pretty good, but for every one of us, there's 6 or 7 guys literally from Ireland, China, Russia, you know, South America, working for a quarter of what we make.
What do you think about Russians in general?
Russians, hardworking people. To tell you the truth, every Russian I met personally has always been a great person.
But they're not Americans, though, right? Like you could kind of tell that they're a little. The frequency is a little off, a little bit, right?
Yeah,
not in a bad way, but it's like, hey, America, 99.5.
I'll tell you this: every
like
Russian that I've ever met,
101 Russia. It's like,
these guys laugh at
a
us.
little
they
different.
call us lazy, you know, like
you
open up a business, you hire a couple of Russians, whatever your business is, you're gonna, you know, these guys will work circles around everybody.
Yeah. They are hard workers.
Yo, every Russian I knew, it's so funny that you met all these Russians, because fucking every other Russian I knew was like a fucking criminal. Like every single one. Like
Because you
down to
have
a
to be,
T.
right, to like survive in Russia. You kind of have to be a little shady. You have to like
I mean,
hustle.
the
There's
only
like a
reason.
hustle to like survive in
Oh,
Russia right now.
I worked with this
Yeah.
one guy. I'm not even joking. His name was Boris, and you know, I said I was the retard of the wrangle. Nobody
Yeah.
wanted to work with him because his English was bad. So,
Mhm.
so they partnered me with Boris, and then once Boris realized
You
that I
got to
wasn't
talk
going
one
for
day,
his
dude. You
chops,
and me. Just
he started
fucking
speaking
have a
English.
phone
You know,
call. Just fucking
Boris
chat.
could totally speak English. He just didn't like anybody. But
Yeah.
he told me he left the Soviet Union in 1985 because his mother got cancer, and they just told her she's gonna die. Like we're not
Damn.
wasting any research. So he, did the paperwork to come to America. They took all of his money. He came to America with $4. Worked off the books construction, and after about 3 years, he was able to pay for his mother, and then they saved her. His mother was still alive.
Wow.
But he told me stories of what it was like to grow up in the Soviet Union.
Yeah, it's fucking
I'll
hardcore,
get you
dude.
channel. I could get your channel taken down repeating these stories.
Dude,
And
I worked
anybody
at the Russian tea room. That was like my last job before I got to do like art and stuff. And I worked with a couple of Russian guys. One young Russian, I can't remember his fucking name, man, but like he was
it
super
Ivan or something?
Nah, it wasn't. But he was like he was super standoffish. But like once you start talking to him, he was super cool. But he was like ready to fucking fight some dude like on this like that like he was arguing with somebody, and the fucking manager came up and was like, "Hey guys, can you break it up?" And he instantly was like, "You get involved with me and I'll fucking fight you." I was like, "Dude, just fucking chill the fuck out." He was pretty cool. And then there was a Polish guy at the Russian tea room, and his name was Matthew, which is why I remember his name. His name was Matthew from Poland. And he talked like this, like Kermit the Frog, but he was like in America, going to like NYU for mathematics or something. Like
Yeah.
it was like he wasn't like a like the Polish joke. You know what I mean? He was like super smart, but
He could screw in the light bulb himself.
yeah, dude, he could totally screw it. But the funny thing is, so we had Halloween in my neighborhood, and so everybody in the neighborhood, there was like a little bit of a cul-de-sac, so we all went to the cul-de-sac to kind of like meet the other neighbors, kids, that kind of thing. It's long story, but because all the properties are big. Like I have 5 acres, the dude next to me has 7, and then the guy next to on the other side of him has like 20, and then so it's like we're zoned for light agriculture. So like if I wanted to start like fucking farming, I could. So it was like better to like drive off of my road and then head into the neighborhood and then meet at this cul-de-sac. Anyways, long story short, we meet a new family that's moved into the neighborhood, and his name is Boris. And they have 3 kids. I forgot his wife's name. But Boris, he went to MIT for fucking mathematics, right? And then his wife went to Harvard for medicine. But it was just like he had like he'd been here for so long. He came here as a toddler, but yo, he had like a look to him, and not like I'm not being like shitty, but it was like he didn't blink as much as Americans or something. Like now I'm getting drunk, but like. He had like a hawk look to him, like he was constantly like eyeballing shit. Does that make sense?
What, like analyzing stuff around?
Yeah.
Yeah. He just
yeah,
was
just like he was like
situationally
constantly
aware.
Yeah, just like I was like, does this motherfucker blink? Like what's he doing? You know? I mean, super nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have the next, HOA meeting and be like, hey, what's going on, Boris? What's up, buddy? But
I'll never forget my Boris. Somebody said
he was just like looking around and not blinking, and I was like, who the fuck is this fucking hawk. He was like not. He was like a hawk or something. You know what I mean? We were just like kind of like looking at shit, not blinking.
Boris told
Yeah,
me,
dude.
he goes, communism turns your mother into a whore. You know, and he gave this speech for like 20 minutes during a coffee break, and everybody was like just telling personal stories about living under communist Russia. And you know, I'll save that speech for my own channel one day.
Dude, have you heard about that cannibal island they had?
What, the Russians had Cannibal Island?
Yeah. So there was like this period in Russia where, you know, you joke around. It was like, are your papers in order? Oh, your papers aren't in order. Like there was a point where like you had to have your papers on you. And if you didn't have your papers on you, they'd round your shit up and just like send you somewhere. Right. So, are you a 12-year-old boy and you're on your way home, but you forgot your papers? You're rounded the fuck up. Oh, are you a pregnant woman? Hey, I ran out of bread. I should go down to the store. If you got picked up, you're fucking gone. Like fucking shoot, you got swooped away, right?
Right.
So that's why I was like, oh, Russia. There's no homeless people in Russia. Yeah, because they fucking scooped them all up, right?
It
So
wouldn't surprise me if the same thing, like if you see it like happen in China as well.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh fucking A, dude. They have super slave labor, and they have fucking nets on
Yeah,
the
Apple
building
has
so that
fucking
people
nets
won't
for-
fucking kill themselves.
Yeah.
Like how, I don't know what you call slavery. So
Yeah, the
so they
Foxconn
had
nets.
these like trains of people, and they took them to like Siberia or some fucked up place and like put them on an island. They're like, all right, fuck, what are we gonna do with these people? Okay, just put them on an island, and then forgot about them. So you have like a couple thousand people just kind of thrown on an island, and then they forgot about them, and they just start fucking eating each other.
When did the story
Female prisoners start fucking guards so that they can get food, but then they get eaten by other. I mean, dude, look it up. It is like the gnarliest shit on the planet.
I'm actually
dude.
curious now. Hang on. Let me put away my.
Like
There's some
Russian cannibal island, dude. You're just like, yeah, man.
All right, let's Google that.
Just
Let's see what
fucking
pops
flood
up.
I'm just like,
Russian.
Jesus
Cannibal
Christ,
Island.
I haven't talked to you in a while. You my bro. Can you flood it again, dude?
Yeah, can we not do that?
Russian cannibalism. Let's see what pops up. The Russian famine from 1921 to 1922. That's what pops up.
Well, yeah, they killed all the farmers because
That's
they were
fucked up.
fucking. They were like, oh yeah, the fucking kulaks, the people that have land. All those people are the bourgeoisie. So
What
we're
is
gonna
bourgeois? Can
Yeah.
somebody explain that? Can somebody explain that? Like, oh, you're fucking bougie. Like, what does that mean to be like bougie, bourgeois?
I think it
It's
means
essentially upper middle class. Like,
Is it good or bad?
it's well, it depends. If it's good, if you're fucking trying to work your way up the ladder and fucking make some fucking actual wealth and have a family and shit like that. It's bad if you're
Oh.
fucking, you know,
I think I found. I think I found what Matt was
communist.
talking about. The
Yeah, I wanna
Nazino
know.
tragedy.
I wouldn't know. Like bourgeois. I mean, it's almost like you fucking bourgeois. Like it's like, are you? Does that mean you're just part of the masses? Like sometimes I think about that. I'm like, you're just fucking bourgeois. Like you're just part of like the herd. But it's not
Well,
that. It's like
no, yeah, it's
fucking upper class pieces of shit.
kind of, yeah. So it's like not referring to the upper class, but it's referring to all the people that like sustain the economy at the expense of their lives, doing like bullshit work, essentially. I mean, really, it's just fucking, yeah, upper middle class people and fucking, I don't know. Just, the problem is, fuck, I forgot even what I was talking about.
EVS tier. So EVS is bourgeois.
Nah, he's above that.
He's above. He's above. He's upper rich middle class. He's above middle class.
Yeah, EVS is definitely a
top
rich
middle
guy.
class. Top
Yeah.
middle class.
EVS is definitely a rich guy. He's made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does see him print his books, so that probably saves him a lot of money,
Anyways, Matt, how
Uppity.
Do you want to look at the thing you were talking about, the Nazino tragedy?
Sure.
All right, so time
While
for
fucking whack ass clears his fucking bong. Let's talk about
Yeah, sorry.
fucking cannibalism. Nah, I'm about to as well. It's cool.
all right.
There's some
so,
Russian factory that's crazy. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So the Nazino tragedy was the mass murder and mass deportation of around 6,700 prisoners to the Nazino Island. In May 1933, they were sent to construct a special settlement and to cultivate the island. The deportees were abandoned with only scant supplies of flour for food, little to no tools, and virtually none of the clothing or shelter necessary to survive in the harsh Siberian climate. Conditions on Nazino Island deteriorated quickly and resulted in widespread disease, violence, and cannibalism. Within 13 weeks, over 4,000 of the deportees had died or disappeared, and the majority of the survivors were in ill health. Those who were attempting to leave were killed by armed guards. Original report on the incident was made by, Vasily A. Velichko, Soviet propaganda worker, and passed to Joseph Stalin and to other members of the Politburo, basically the original Communist Party. The report remained classified until the human rights organization Memorial conducted an investigation in 1988, 5 decades after the events. So this shit happened during like World War I, or towards the end of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
communism happened at the end of World War One. You know,
Yeah,
like
it's saying here they didn't
fucking,
find
yeah.
out until 1988 about this. This
Yeah,
happened in 1933.
33.
But this
yeah,
was like
so this
while the
between
Russians
World War
had
I and World
control.
War II.
Yeah, this is like after the Russian uprising.
They kicked out all the whites, and then all the reds took over. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
In February 1933, the General Yagoda, let's call him Yagoda, head of the secret police, and Medved Berman, head of the Gulag labor camp system, proposed to Joseph Stalin to resettle up to 2 million people to Siberia and the Kazakh autonomous Socialist Soviet Republic in special settlements. Yada, yada, yada. We already went through that. The deportees or settlers were to bring over 1 million hectares of...
Hectares. What's a hectare? Oh,
I
there
don't
it is right
know.
there.
It's like 50 acres or something like that.
Yeah.
Or 50 bushels.
Over
rather.
1 million. So it's about 10,000 kilometers, or nearly 2.5 million acres of land.
Yeah. It's all good, dude. Suffice to say, the Soviet Union killed more people in Germany.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Yeah,
they
dude.
won the war for us. So, Krasnost Nostrovia.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, man, they're like living rough over there. It's like a whole country that's like white trash. Like they're all just like poor as fuck, and so they're all like hustling weird.
Yagoda and Berman's plan was based on the experience of deporting 2 million kulaks and other agricultural workers to the same areas that had occurred in the previous 3 years as part of the
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So
Get it.
kulaks,
I can't even say it.
kulaks and like fucking all the other people are just like landed Russians. They're like people who own land.
Dekulakization.
And then yeah, they basically were like, all of you motherfuckers are the problem. And they like, you know, took all their land and like fuck them over, executed them and shit.
Well,
And then
according-
they're
How,
like,
did how did they pick these people out?
they
it
probably
was just anyone with land. It
Yeah.
was literally
Anybody with
that
land. Hey,
simple.
do you own some
like,
land? Let me get you.
My buddy
Yeah.
Jan, his grandparents were Ukrainians that were just soldiers came, put them on a train, sent them to Siberia, and Jan's parents were born in Siberia, and then they after World War II they basically was sold to farmers in Smithtown, Long Island, and they worked off their debt as farm hands until they were able to become free. So they're like, yeah, my parents were slaves in America in the 50s.
Man, fucking communism, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because it wasn't Castro communism. Was he
Yep.
a
Yeah.
communist?
It was communist.
Because I have a friend who lives in New York who like his parents owned or his family owned like a sugar plantation. And when Castro came into power, they just like fucking came and like took their shit, took the whole plantation.
Well,
Yeah,
even in
time was-
America, like my uncle like is like Japanese, and they took all their shit. They had like
Yeah.
a bunch of land in California and stuff, and they just took all that during World
Yep.
War II. Yeah.
Did they give it back?
No.
Nope.
Yeah. No, they just started from ground zero
Yeah, I would imagine
after they got out of
government
internment
return
camps.
anything that they
Yeah.
took. This is the government we're talking about. So
Yeah.
Are those
Yeah.
internment camps still there?
I don't think so. I think all that land is used for like shooting fucking movies and stuff. But
You see those
yeah.
FEMA camps? Remember the FEMA camps that Alec Jones was showing?
For the
Yeah, I mean that
I know they
won't
were all over.
happen.
There was like FEMA camps in every district of FEMA. In every
That
like
that
district.
wouldn't even
The
that wouldn't even,
shenanigans.
that wouldn't even happen until like way later. People would have to become so fucking disillusioned or whatever.
Do I be put in camps?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who you put in there or how you would get people in there.
despite,
Wouldn't you like want to like break them out? Like, yo, man, there's a bunch of people in that internment camp. I guess it depends on who they are.
well, also it's another question of how are you going to even be able to do that to begin with, assuming you're outgunned, you're outnumbered. How are you going to do that? I mean, look
I
at
don't know, you know what? Now that I just popped into my head, maybe Trump will start using them to deport people. Like, how are you going to deport 1 million people, illegal aliens? Well, you start using FEMA camps.
Just cut off the
Mhm.
benefits; they'll deport themselves.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That,
Like, yo,
I mean,
just keep going to Canada. Just keep it. Just keep fucking walking north.
rerouting them to Canada.
yeah, that is the main thing though. It's like I worked for that homeless shelter for 2.5 years, and all I learned is that NGOs waste hell of money. Like a lot of money.
Deport them
Like,
to Serbia. Fucking Mango.
What the fuck is Mango doing?
Look
Yo,
at what
every time I
Mango-
click on his, like, first he had EVS with a brown penis,
glad it's
and now he
not
has this
penis
fucking
anymore,
weird
Matt.
ass.
At least
Yeah.
you know it's safe.
Who is that?
I don't know. She's
That
looking
is,
at something
from
though.
She looks like a
Timcast
fucking
crew.
clone or something. It's
No,
like, she looks
she's
like one of
from-
those like hybrid alien people.
She's from Timcast. Was a pop culture.
Oh yeah, that chick. Yo,
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
this
that's a
chick
real
with
person.
no eyebrows.
there for.
What
I
what
see
the fuck
eyebrows.
is this chick's name? She's
I don't
her
know,
name's
but
like
she-
Mary or something.
I don't know, but anyways,
Yeah.
she worked for Timcast.
Yeah.
So
Her skin matches her hair.
Yeah.
it might be just the lighting.
She's pale and her hair is white, so she just has. This...
She's. I'd
Yeah.
say.
I'm not being negative. That's somebody's daughter. Bless her heart.
I'd say her skin's more dark.
I just don't know who it is.
I don't know who she is. This
she-
guy knows.
Mary
Mary
Morgan,
Morgan.
Mango's future wife.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go have dinner and go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you gotta go to work tomorrow.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
god
fun
damn it.
to get back into it. See you guys. Good talking.
Later,
to
Later,
everybody.
man.
Bye bye.
Take care. Man.
What a great guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we want to keep going through this.
I
mean,
so what else is
basically-
going on? People keep talking about TJ in the chat.
Yeah, what
Normally
did
on
TJ
Freaking
do this
Awesome,
time?
I don't do a lot of drama.
Did TJ bust out the peanut butter again? I mean,
I don't
know
think
he
there
did
was
in
really any
TV.
drama. I went on TJ's chat and he was just adding honey to, his sauce.
Like he was barbecuing, he was cooking.
Yeah, he was just
Oh, he was
cooking some
cooking, but
meatballs
burning
and he's
shit.
like, I'm just gonna add some honey to the sauce.
Literally? Are you being
Yeah,
literal, or was he talking shit, or he literally was doing like a cooking?
No, he was literally doing that. I think
Okay.
he's just chilling, like he was in a good mood.
The last time I saw one of his streams, it was like within the first 3 minutes, and he was just like he was making, I think, shrimp Alfredo. He was like spanking the Alfredo sauce. I could hear it in his mic. Like,
Spanking.
yeah, he was like
What?
hitting it. He was like
was
taking
slapping the
spoon or
bag?
spatula to the sauce or whatever. I could hear it. I was like, ugh, brother, ugh.
Brother,
Brother, ooh. I thought I was like kind of watching some of his shit on Dark Gifts. I guess Dark Gift was EFAPing it last night. And
Yeah, he did a part 2 stream after
I watched a little bit of it, but it was just like it was so fucking retarded, dude.
Look,
it was like
man,
the
there's
opinions
no
were so
place to hang out
stupid.
anymore, man.
None of it made any sense. Yeah, it was just like
I mean, that's
it was like
basically
it made me not want to watch the recap. You know what I mean? It was just like I don't even
who
like,
wants to
I don't
watch
want to
a
watch
recap?
it.
Who wants
I
to
didn't want to
watch
watch it, and then I didn't want to watch an EFAP of it either. You know what I mean? I was like, this
I mean,
is
it's
insane.
TJ though. It's fucking TJ. Who would want to watch a recap of TJ?
Yo, TJ is gonna be a fucking CG king here in a second. Fucking Ethan's gonna see fucking TJ's talking mad shit about me.
You know what?
Wiggles,
Good.
and he's gonna be
Good.
like, "Yo, would you like a crown?"
Let it happen. Let's let it happen at
I
this point.
wanted to, dude. I think it's fucking. I think it's dope.
At this point, there's nothing we can do. We're just gonna have to let shit happen. Let the dominoes fall into place on their own.
Yeah, because so Malin will be like, "Oh, Matt was mad because of XYZ, because of these other people," but he won't say other people. But if he was like, "Yeah, Matt, because of TJ," people wouldn't fucking. They'd be like, "Oh, well, that's stupid." Of course, because it's TJ, but he doesn't mention it. You know what I'm saying? He's just like Matt's mad at Dillard, which I'm not.
Like,
I'd rather
like
not
my
talk
brain.
about fucking drama.
No, that whole thing just seemed contrived.
Yeah, that whole thing. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. You guys ever seen Jesus Christ and this Technicolor jacket?
The what?
No, Joe. What is that?
Joseph.
Joseph? Is it
Joseph and the
Joseph
Technicolor.
and the Technicolor dream coat.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Somebody was like, "Do you want to go see that?" And I was like, "I'm good." I feel like I kind of got it with the title.
Isn't it just based on a Roald Dahl book anyway?
Is it?
I think so.
I'm asking.
Yeah, I think it is.
Kuma's throwing TJ to the fire.
Well, yeah, dude, fucking goddamn it. I don't know. Whatever.
TJ's a fucking nut, man. Fuck that guy. He literally makes you want to call him the hard R with the hard N. And I'm just joking. He makes me want to say that joke over and over, dude.
Well, the thing is,
I don't even want to say the word, and I haven't, and I've never called him that, but like he makes me want to repeat that joke.
TJ's trying TJ's, Chris. That's right, Chris. That's right.
Well, the thing is, like, TJ, I don't know. I would just say, like, fucking when you're
I mean, is he not like border? I don't know what that is. If you're people are just like tuning in to see what he says because he says crazy shit. I mean, I guess
I don't know what.
mostly he was just cooking today. He was just drunk and cooking.
I mean,
Nah.
how stupid do you
Yeah.
have to be to like kind of listen to TJ in a sense? I guess is another question.
Yeah.
people think it's fun. People think it's funny.
I don't see how he's even remotely entertaining to watch.
I don't know, man. It's like when I open up YouTube, if I have a choice between a TJ video and like watching a Hoof Doctor,
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch a Hoof Doctor. I'll watch like some dude like carving on a cow's hoof to like release the pressure for pus and shit. Like I would rather watch ASMRs of people getting like wet shaves than TJ.
I would rather watch Amy Schumer than TJ.
I don't know about that.
I'm not ready to go that far.
Well, horrible comedy.
Dude, there's like thousands of videos of like giant cysts getting lanced and squeezed that I want to see before I fucking watch TJ fucking waka waka ooh 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 and in his fucking
So that's where. So
his
just
apartment
out of
alone.
curiosity, you're drawing the line. Basically, if you were given the choice of watching Amy Schumer giving shitty ass jokes or TJ, you're going with. That's
I'm
where
going with neither. Kill them both.
Dude. Yeah, dude. First off, it's a woman doing comedy, and I'm just not interested in that
The
at
only
all,
good
dude.
jokes she ever had were Kurt Metzger. Kurt Metzger wrote every good joke
Oh,
that
really?
Amy Schumer ever had.
I don't like looking at her face. She has a large round face and a small baby mouth, and I don't like looking at it.
She's like Chuck Schumer's cousin.
Chuck
Like,
Schumer.
you know?
Chuck
Yeah,
Schumer.
the fucking
The little like Nosferatu guy.
yeah. And he's like
Yeah,
he was like the
the
fucking head
senator?
of Congress, or
Yeah.
some shit. Yeah. Yeah,
Ooh, they don't look alike at all.
Yeah, she's like or her cousin or some shit.
They're
Like,
related somehow. Let's just say that.
Yeah. But
I would
yeah,
like to know where
that's why she's
Jasper
just-
Plan 9 works. I'd like to know where he works because I am never gonna fucking buy anything from his
bike
establishment. Nope.
I don't even know who Jasper is.
Jasper sent me a fucking night letter, yo.
He did?
Yeah, he was like, yo, we're alike in a whole bunch of ways.
Yo.
He was like trying to touch tips, and then he was like, I'm never buying anything that you and Richard ever collaborate on. I was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, you are, dude. Just you're gonna buy issue 2, dude. Just stop being a bitch. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, you're not gonna buy my shit again? Like, what kind of fucking goofy shit is that? And so now I'm like, well, where do you work? Because I'm not buying anything from where you work, Jasper.
Oh, he's a handyman.
Well,
if he
I'm
works-
not fucking hiring you, dude.
Well, if he works at the comic printing factory.
Well, there's a whole bunch of others.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. There ain't no handyman work around here. I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, there's a one of the faucets we have. It's kind of leaky. I got it. Don't worry about it. Maybe you should call a handyman. Nope. No. I got it.
Oh, god damn you, Mango. God damn you. Sci-Fi watched the weather special from Amy Schumer, unedited. God damn you.
Dude, I need you to go back and look at your fucking emails, dude, or look at your DMs, because like before that DM, you were coming at me and calling me a fucking wiggle, like some sort of fucking wiggle army simp or something. Like you were fucking coming at me, weirdo, in the fucking DMs, dude. Calm the fuck down, dude. You're like, yo, I'm not buying your shit. Okay. But here you are in the chat. So yes, you are going to buy Rock and Roll Ninja Part 2 because it's going to be fucking dope. And you loved Rock and Roll Ninja 2, and you're just being sensitive. And that's okay. You can be sensitive. But let's be honest, you're going to get the fucking second issue because it's going to be dope.
Old Dirty Fatty says, by handyman, do you mean you give handles or handies?
Mm.
Dude, one time I was hanging out with this chick, and she was like, I give the best hand jobs. And it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say.
Mm.
Yeah. I thought so too. And I was like,
Good
why would I
opener.
want one from you? Yeah, it was like, what? It was a coworker. I forgot what the
She looked
context of it was, but no, I used to call her Meat Cheeks.
Mm.
I used to call her Meat Cheeks.
When
She
Meat
just-
Cheeks offers you a handy.
yeah. Bless her heart now. But yo, she like Myrtle Beach, and like she like she was a pale woman, and she got into like a tanning booth, and like she burnt her cheeks, and so she came into work with like
Oh.
fucking like scabs on her, and
That's horrible.
and she and like I was just like, I looked over, I was like, oh fuck. And then she like said something to me, and then I was like, shut the fuck up, Meat Cheeks. And I just like locked her up. I was like, why are you being all sassy when you have big giant fucking scabs on your cheeks?
Jesus.
She's super nice. She's a friend of the family.
I told her to eat shit
But
and die.
at one point, but like beyond the stuff, like we were sitting there, it was like da 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 da, and she's like, I get the best hand jobs, and it was like,
Whoa!
odd
here's
thing
the
to
question.
say. What an
Were you
odd
guys
thing to say,
drunk?
lady? Say what?
Was she possibly drunk?
Oh yeah. She was inebriated. But it
Okay,
was like
but
it was
still, there was no
like a
need
whole
for that.
it was a whole
Yeah.
it was a whole table of employees. It was like an after work party, and it wasn't like her next to me. You know what I mean? It was like her like several people down. But it was like a with the fucking like it seemed like everything got really quiet just so that she could say it, because we were just like, yeah, totally, man, totally, yeah. I like playing SOCOM too. Yeah. What the fuck did she just fucking say? Why did she just say that? What did she just say? She gets the best hand jobs. Well, that's fucking weird. Anyways,
What the fuck?
that's Jasper. Jasper is a handyman.
The handyman.
Anywho,
I've just been playing Mad Diablo 4.
Playing Diablo
That's
4.
what I've been doing.
Maybe that's what we should do right now. Maybe we should talk about some game news.
is there some game news?
I guess we got a first look at what Dune. I guess that came out. I
There's a
think.
new Dune?
You know the new Dune game coming out.
No.
I played some of
saw
that Diablo
one thing.
4. I
Diablo
was like,
4 rules.
dude, I was down with it because I played like Barbarian, and you couldn't see any armor, right? So it's just like a fucking like dude with like white paint on him and like a loincloth. So like I had like some armor and shit, but like I like set it to so you couldn't see it.
Yeah, no.
And so my whole thing was like my guy's character's name was Breaker. And like I was just gonna break everything that was evil. And like that was kind of fun. And I was just like, yeah, I'm just fucking evil's destroyed my village, so I'm just fucking I'm breaking everything, But I kept wanting to like move the camera down. Diablo 4 is the first Diablo game I played, and that like isometric kind of view was kind of fucking with me a little bit. I kept wanting to, like I said, move the camera over the shoulder,
Also, I have the gameplay reveal footage pulled up. For Dune Awakening.
Dune. Okay, I thought you said Doom earlier, like
there's also a new
DOOM.
Doom game coming out. Everyone is excited.
Dune.
For
Dude,
Sandworm
I'm not excited about
or
this game, man. There's
I'm
sandworms in this
also-
game. I'm kind of excited by this, dude.
I'm also excited for Doom: The Dark Ages. Remember, because it's been a while since we've got another Doom game.
Sardaukar!
Mhm.
Anyways,
Actually, they made Sardaukar look so cool, and then they made him a bunch of pussies in the movie.
goddamn
Yeah.
Praetor heard Doom.
They were better than the old ones, I guess. with the
Oh,
old
they were
ones,
way
which
better than
is-
that
yeah.
fucking first movie.
I got to get a fucking new mic.
Yeah, the David Lynch one's crazy.
Dude, the David Lynch was assholes, but some of it was cool, but some of it's not.
It was
That's
cool.
the
It
pickle.
was just fucking wild.
Yeah, dude.
All right, I'm
It's
playing it.
very David Lynch, dude.
Yeah. Yo,
There is another path for you.
Yo,
Awaken.
let's go back to the HUD real
I
quick.
like that
Now-
they're kind of like expanding on the aesthetic of the movies. I like the aesthetic of the movies. I thought it was pretty cool. Some of that brutalist fucking architecture was dope.
Okay, so you have special abilities. That's interesting. If you look at the HUD here.
Yeah, I've watched some of it. So you could see there's like it looks like, let's just call it R2, looks like like a shoot forward.
Yeah, kind of like a dash.
Like
No, it's
like
like-
L2,
no, it's
L2,
kind of-
L yeah, I'm sorry.
the
L2 looks like
RB
a launch, and then R2 is like a launch with a knee.
yeah,
So
basically
there's
you-
like a dash move, and then there's like a launch with the
you
knee,
need
like
someone in the face, basically.
Duncan Idaho in the movie. He does like this fucking shield launch and like fucking elbows or knees a guy in the face.
Now,
in the
here's my
movie?
question: is what does
Yeah.
I'm assuming the meter right here, this blue meter on the left,
Is
by,
that
you
your
know, your-
water?
I would assume. Well, what when you think of, I would think like your spice. What is it that?
That's
melange.
water. So we're
Basically-
looking at it right there. The blue is coming off of the water. The top thing is a green which is like a heartbeat. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how that's different from the red, which
yeah,
is like
the
a
red is
life
your basic
thing.
health meter.
Yeah, so you have a health meter, you have a lightning, which is probably your stamina below it.
What's the yellow indicator for?
The bottom yellow indicator is your stamina.
Well, what's the green?
I don't know what the green is because it's got like a heartbeat thing. Maybe you're able to like tap into melange, or maybe okay. Suck and fuck. You ready? I got it. You ready? The green is your stamina. Okay, the blue is your water. This
Right.
motherfucker needs to drink some water. The green is your stamina. The red is your health. The yellow with the lightning bolt, that's your shields.
Oh, now that makes sense. Now
It's a
it
shielded
makes
universe.
sense.
Everybody's wearing shields.
Yeah. Now it makes sense. And the water is basically going to be your power.
Oh, that's important as fuck,
Yeah.
dude. I
Yeah.
love that, dude. I like a good survival game. I tried to play like DZ, but that shit just turned into a fucking like walking simulation. Let me just start walking for miles and miles in this fucking game. This fucking sucked.
The
But this
spy-
is dope. So play some more of this trailer.
Awaken.
So yeah, you're basically taking the place of Paul Atreides, it looks like here.
Like this is a alternate timeline where Paul is never born.
Yes, you're basically
So
taking this
the-
role. The players are taking the role of Paul Atreides, because as you can see here, look, this dude's white, and he's about to put his hand on the box.
But you don't have to be white in the game. They have like a
No,
whole
as I said
like
before, as I
like
said-
Mass Effect thing where you're gonna be able to like, or Conan. These are the same people that made Conan
Yeah,
did
same
this. So
people that
like
made Conan.
you'll
So-
be able to like change the size of your fucking
Yeah, like-
cock and everything.
like I said before, the
Can I
player
be black?
is going to be basically taking the
Bro.
role of Paul Atreides. So you're basically inserting your character instead of
Telling you, that would
actually
be
Paul
dope.
Atreides.
Yo,
Dude, the Dark Tower was such a dope book, dude. That shit was dope, man. That's like the only shit from Stephen King that I fucking like is the Dark Tower Gunslinger shit. But it makes me like his other stuff when I start thinking about how his other shit is connected to it. You know, I'm just like, damn you, Stephen King, and your political fucking opinions.
Yeah. I wish you weren't an old lesbian online.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
wish. I'm not saying I wish you had died when that van hit you. I'm just saying maybe a sustained
Knocked
coma.
you a little more to the right than to the left.
Yeah, a sustained coma, maybe. Just kidding. Okay. I mean, what's the end game? I watched. You made me turn the volume down and play a little bit, but I love Dune, dude. I'm a huge fucking fan of Dune, especially the books. And I watched the stuff about this game, and I'm not sure like what the end game is for this.
I don't
like,
know
it
either.
It starts you in a little kind of valley, and you can't really leave because the worms will come, and then you get to like kind of move on past that into like a slightly larger area with like a vehicle, like you get like a wheeled vehicle, and then eventually the third stage is you getting and building an ornithopter and fucking flying it. So then at that point it's like, well, so then what happens? Like, is it just I start playing this game, and every day I play the game to like collect melange and then
wage war against all the other houses.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like it's like it sounds cool, but then at the end I'm like, well, are there going to be giant factional wars going on? Like, is there any? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, this sounds cool, but what I'm really excited for is that Light No Fire.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that?
No, I have not.
Nah, it's on Steam.
Light No Fire. It'll be on Steam. So Light No Fire is the same company that did No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they did No Man's Sky. They've taken everything that they learned from that, and they're building a procedural fantasy world. And so everybody will be on this one Earth-sized planet.
I think you showed it to me the other day.
I know, dude. I'm just like sitting around waiting for that fucking game. I'm like trying to get all my shit done so I can be like, yeah, guys, I'm not working for a month. But it's like fantasy. So you can like role play as a fucking rabbit with a sword or as a fucking human. And then you could build establishments and you could build structures and shit. You know, it's like No Man's Sky where you could like build stuff. But there's this exploration element where it's just this giant planet. So if you see an island or you see something, you could like go to it and name it and stuff. I don't know. It just seems kind of cool. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. I mean, yeah. Does it have a point to it?
Yeah. What is the end goal of the game? What are you supposed to be doing the entire time?
See, I don't know. Like if I'm with some friends and we're like just jumping from star to star, that's kind of fun. I think it's all about like friends and exploration. Like
exactly. It's
like the same. Like if I
same thing with basically any of these types of games. Is it's better off to have friends instead of just doing it by yourself.
Yeah, dude. Like I would love to get like 4 or 5 people or whatever the limit is and just start like exploring a planet, you know, in a fantasy realm. That would be fucking cool as shit. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, where are we going this week? Oh, let's just head west for like 3 days or so. You know what I mean? Like that would just fucking be cool as shit.
Massive open world games like this, I imagine it's going to be huge. So you're going to want to be able to do stuff with other players.
Yeah. The only thing with it's like Dune, once you open up, it's just motherfucking desert after desert after desert. And with No Man's Sky, they've got jungles and oceans and whole different biospheres. I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting excited. They've got me pumped up. I hope it doesn't suck. It might suck. Who knows? I'm kind of excited for the
name
Dune show on HBO. There's like a Dune prequel
It's
show
not.
coming to HBO.
It's a prequel,
Yeah,
though.
I
I don't
don't
know how
know.
well it's going to turn
It
out.
looks bad.
Does it?
But yeah,
They're going to
but
be
hey,
basing
we'll
shit
see. We'll
off
see.
of.
We don't
I'll
know.
watch it. Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
be. I don't want to be totally poopy pants. I mean, in my head, I'm going, why'd you spend money on that? Like, there's some other shit you could have done.
Yeah.
Not like a poopy way, but you know what I mean. There's
Yeah.
other IP. There's other book IPs that haven't been done yet that you could like crack open and make,
Yeah.
make original.
Gnome Sky says, play Lord of the Rings online. Huge map, and I mean huge. Finding places in Middle Earth from the book or movies is awesome.
That's cool. That's
Mm.
kind of cool.
So,
But like with No Man's Sky, they're saying that it's procedurally built, so it's just like
well, every time
nobody's ever seen it. So, but
Not
then
only that-
once you see it, it's like it's there. So if you like find a mountain and you name it something, then that mountain stays there with that name.
well, there's also the fact too that when they have like some sort of big update, the universe is always reset. So you're basically starting from ground zero constantly.
Well, with Dune, they're using sandstorms as that element. So it's like you'll build some shit up, and then when it's time for a server wipe, it'll be sandstorms have come in and fucking like wrecked your shit.
I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about that. Like, I guess in terms of how badly are you going to lose your progress if that shit happens is the thing that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
How far back am I going to be pushed? Am I going to be pushed back?
Well, it seems like
absolutely?
you get the blueprints. Like they mentioned blueprints. So if you like build something and you save it as a blueprint, if you have the materials, you can then like rebuild that.
I'm not necessarily just
item.
talking about, all the vehicles and stuff that you have. Like, I'm also talking about items as well.
Oh, I don't know. Will they have server wipes like that where you lose all of
I
your
believe
shit?
they do for
I
No
hope
Man's
not. Then it's
Sky.
like, well, I'm not fucking playing that.
I believe they do that
Every
for No
month
Man's
you
Sky,
swipe my
but I don't
shit.
play it. So that's why I haven't bought it, is because I heard about this stuff.
About what?
So for No Man's Sky, they supposedly, when they have like some big massive reset, you're going to be basically going to square one again. See, that shit.
Yeah,
that shit's annoying.
Yeah, they did that with Diablo and they do that with everything now. They're trying to make a season.
Pull up some of those for me, sci-fi.
Pull up some cringy Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dragon Age shit's crazy, bro.
I just like while you're pulling it up, I'll talk about something that I thought was like really cool.
Well, actually, we'll.
So I was playing DayZ,
right,
on a server, and I was in a Discord with them. I was like, just like coordinating the server. It was fun. But there was something. So I was like playing with people who were like wild people who like play with like on public servers.
right.
And there was a way for them to build shit without other public server people coming and destroying it. Right. And it was fucking really interesting once I like learned it. So I like joined a clan and they were like, all right, this is what you need to do to get into our base. Right. Because like if you looked at their base, like it was literally impossible to fucking get into their base. Like if you're in, hey, I'm in server 1207, I can't get to the base, but I could see the base. Does that make sense? So which I thought this was cool. So I was like, I was thinking about, I was like, yo, this is like multiverse shit. Like this is some kind of like these guys don't realize it, but they're like traversing the multiverse like it's fucking nothing. So what they would do is be like, oh yeah, you want to get on our base? Okay, well go to server 873 and there'll be some stairs. So you fucking climb up the stairs and then you switch to another server and suddenly the stairs are gone and there's like a whole nother set of like stuff to climb up, and then you climb up that, and then you switch to your final fucking server and you're able to like hop on to the base. So if you didn't know that like fucking Stargate fucking like combination of servers, you wouldn't be able to get into that base. I thought that was the most fucking dopest fucking idea I had ever seen, dude. I was like, you fucking guys are fucking brilliant, dude. You know what I mean? So you'd be like, yeah, like you want to like if Dr. Doom is in his base, but you can't get to it. So it's like, all right, well, we need to move to like Marvel Universe 6112, and then we need to switch to Marvel Universe 613, and then back over to 12 to like fucking get to Doom. Like that was shit I was thinking while I was having to like get into the base. It was some cool shit, man.
All right, I have one.
I'm like nerding out a little bit, but I was just like, I was like, humans, you fucking people are fucking awesome. Just adapting. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, we're dealing with multiple dimensions.
Oh, we lost Wackass.
On the same fucking in the same space, but like different. I was like, oh yeah, we're ready. We're ready to go multi-dimensional.
Now, I found the clips. I'm going to say this real quick. I don't know about Dragon Age, nor do I really give a damn.
What the fuck is this?
So this is the new Dragon Age game that came out, to my understanding, and this is one of the cutscenes for the game.
Best part is, while Tasha's pounding that snake's nose, she's still holding the ruby in her other hand. Maker's panties. I was so proud.
Oh,
Maker's panties?
I don't know.
Yo, man, can you kill these characters, or are these your characters? What the fuck
I
is
don't
that
believe
with
you
the
can.
feathers and the horns?
Okay, so these two
Who the
here,
fuck are
they're
these people?
NPCs. They're NPCs, and hang on, you'll see the main character.
I'm
in a
getting
minute.
aggressive, but not towards you, sci-fi. I'm just like, who the fuck are these furry fucking things, dude? Jesus.
You paused at a good point. You're welcome, Praetor. You're welcome.
Oh shit, they're still holding it. Sorry, there's
Yeah, it gets a bit dumber. So I believe the individual on the right is non-binary. I'll play a clip in a minute.
It's not black or white, is it? What is it? It's like a gray person. These are all NPCs?
These are the NPCs, characters within the game, so give them a minute.
Shit. They're still holding it.
Misgendered them.
what are you doing?
Pulling a
Yeah,
barb.
exactly. Everybody's like, what are you doing? You fucking...
A bar.
Tradition in the Lords of Fortune from one of our old members, Barv. Good guy, but like most of us, his plans went sideways a lot. Bad blood among your crews, not good for morale, but there's not always time for big drawn-out
Let's
apologies.
get off your soapbox.
So when one of us screws up and we know we've screwed up, we do a quick 10 to put it right. Pulling a bar.
At that moment, while she's doing that, I'd be looking at my beverage, being like, I wonder if there's any more fucking beverage. Like, this fucking weird chick is doing push-ups. I'm sitting here.
Oh, that's basically like a way of saying, oh, forgive me, oh, great they, them.
So they do like self-flagellation when they've like committed a sin against the
That's
thems.
what I'm interpreting this as, basically.
Oh, so when they perceive an offense, they expect physical pain as punishment. Hey, if you insult me emotionally, you should be punished physically. Is that what they're saying?
I don't know.
I mean, it's like, hey, I just said something. I could just say sorry. No, I don't want you to just say sorry. We're going to implement a system where where pain is inflicted on you. Maybe not pain. I mean, what the fuck?
Where you're
like
going to
10 push-ups?
You have to do like something more than just apologize. You have to show.
You have to do physical exertion. You have to exert energy and not be rewarded for it with anything other than like fucking platitudes by the people in your group. Like that's fucking weird.
It gets worse.
Am I wrong? I mean, you're just like, hey man, every time I say, I say something that's fucked up, I'm gonna go do some like push-ups. Like nobody's asking her to do that. It's fucking weird.
Well, it's more of the fact. What is it?
Could you imagine like you like getting a job at like a big three, or like the AAA game company, and like, hey man, this week it's your shot, man. This is your shot. Yeah, what is it? What do I get to do for the game? Yeah, we're gonna do a cut scene where we talk about them, they, and then we're gonna do some push-ups.
And how I feel like that's what they did is they had these HR meetings. Okay, how can we basically reconcile our sin towards, or basically have the gay community and non-binary community forgive us? And we basically, this is what they came up with.
Where's the Jesus in it? Be like, hey man, you need to go do push up. Be like, look, I talked to Jesus.
Self-flagellate. Was it flagellation?
Self-flagellation. That's like
Flagellation, that's the word. Thank
beating
you.
the shit out of yourself. You know what I mean?
That's
Like you're
that's the word I'm looking for.
like the albino guy from the Da Vinci Code. He was like beating the shit out of himself, and in the name of the rose,
self-loathing in a way.
It's like I need to feel the pain of Jesus. So like self-flagellation tends to be like whipping of the person, like the person like whip themselves, like Jesus, like with a cat of nine.
Mm-hmm.
There's like sects of sects SECTS of Christianity that were kind of into that a little bit, I think.
Right.
Opus Dei, I think, is into a little bit of like feel pain to remember the pain of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Opus Dei, that's right. Opa Gangsta. Op.
All right.
Also, I think the Mormons also do something. You'll have to ask Ethan, but I think they have a like a holy pin that they push into their penis head.
What?
Yeah, dude. So the Mormons, they have like they wear like this like undergarment to protect them from evil. Ethan wasn't wearing one that night that he went and smoked drugs with Yoko Ono. He wasn't wearing his Mormon garb. But part of the garb, there's like a little pocket. In that pocket, there's like a pin. And that pin you're supposed to pull out and stab yourself in the penis head when you have impure thoughts. And so there's a whole thing where like it was like causing people to have like these crazy ass like calcified fucking peen heads because they're like sitting there stabbing themselves.
Now I'm gonna have to play this clip. I'm gonna have to play this fucking clip.
Yeah, dude, Yoko Ono.
Dum 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 dum. He started the Mormon religion.
Dum 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 dum.
Dude, ask a Mormon where black people came from, and you will hear the most racist shit on the fucking planet, dude. Like, you think Australians are racist with fucking Aborigines, dude? Mormons are super fucking racist, and they're nice about it. That's the weird thing, dude. They're super fucking nice.
Thank Christ I have never met a Mormon.
Really? You never met one?
No.
You're not like Amish. Mormons
well, there's
in.
also the fact of the matter, Matt. I live in the middle of nowhere, and we don't have the Mormons.
Oh. Yeah, I knew a couple of Mormons in high school. They were pretty cool. Like, odd, like, not like homeschool odd, but almost. You know what I mean? Maybe the chat knows, but like you like meet like homeschool kids, and you're like, oh, this kid's fucking
Oh,
It's a
well,
little
yeah,
different.
that, but I don't think any of them were like Mormons.
But like Mormons would be like just a little bit like, again, talking about
Well,
frequencies. Like you'd have like your basic like American 80s, 90s like high schooler kid who's just like watching MTV, and then you have like just off to the right a couple of channel frequencies. You'd have, the Mormons, who are like mainstream, but like, are a little conservative, and then even more you got the Amish who are like, homeschooled as fuck.
I'm trying to think if there was any like Mormon behaviors when I was in school going around.
Between the Mormons and the Amish, you've got like Jehovah Witnesses shit, you know what I mean, where you're like, yeah, they go to school, you hang out with them, but like they don't have TVs, and they don't like celebrate birthdays and shit, But like if you hang out with a Mormon, you could be like, hey man, did you watch did you watch such a show? Hey, did you watch the Highlander show? Mormon could be like, yeah, I watched that.
Well, there's this one girl that used to, when I was in trade school, she kind of came from an island, but she didn't act like a Mormon in my belief.
You don't have to be from an island to be a Mormon.
Well, I know that.
What island was she from?
I don't know. Somewhere in
Did
Ohio.
she look like fucking Moana?
No, not that kind
was
of.
she Jamaican?
No,
Was
she wasn't. She didn't have like any.
Can you give me some descriptive words?
She wasn't
me?
basically okay. So to describe her,
You're like saying she's from an island. Like it's like is she Irish? Is she
No,
Malay?
she was like,
Is
so
she
in
from
Ohio,
Madagascar? Like what island?
So there are like a few small islands near Ohio, near around Lake Erie and such. She was from like those types of islands that you could take a boat.
like Great Lake Islands?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, she wasn't black or anything. She was
is
just
that?
basically a stereotypical kind of like white and nerdy looking girl.
Yeah, okay. White nerdy looking girl. She cute?
No.
I was about to say, it was like she'd hook up with her.
I missed my chance a long time ago, and I didn't even know the girl liked me.
You find a girl that likes you and start making babies.
With the way my life is, that's not a good time.
I'm just talking shit. Whenever it's time, as soon as it's time, get married, settle down, start making lots of babies. I don't know what about these Ohio fucking islands, but I did not know that there was Ohio islands.
Well, they're just like small. There's nothing like, noticing anything big.
Like there's like infrastructure on these islands. Are they that big?
Yeah, there's infrastructure there.
Oh, I did not know that. That's some shit I'm gonna look up later on. Dude, I like get into something and just like totally look into it. Like last year I was like really into fucking like what the fuck is the deal with the Amish people? Dude, that's all I did was just like read and watch shit about Amish people. Very fascinating, extremely fascinating. Where they came from, the German they speak, the Bible that they use, I thought was really interesting. Some of like we have a telephone in a building across the street from our house and shit. I thought that was all super interesting. The way they deal with horses and horse breeding, some of the best horse breeding in the country is Amish. But they're also like puppy mill motherfuckers. They'll like, just breed out puppies and shit. They're kind of crazy with that. They got Rumspringa, which, sounds dope. It's like you get these kids who are Amish, they grow up Amish. They don't really have a fucking clue what's going on. And then they're given like, all right, go on the world. And they go out in the world and they're like, what the fuck? And like a lot of them just like go back because they're just like shell shocked so hard. They like go back to the life, and like they almost act like hobbits or something, where they're like, oh, they're the simple folk and we're the city people. Even if you're like a farmer, if you're not Amish, you're like city folk, and they're simple woods, they're Shire folk. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not Shire folk, you're Gundor, you're an orc. But and then the dark side of it, where the Amish community has a pretty shallow gene pool, dude. Like, they got issues. They got genetic issues in Lancaster County, fucking Pennsylvania, because of this shit. And when I say, like, not like, brother and sister inbreeding, but like they'll pull like some fucking Muslim shit almost, where it'll be like, oh, like
right,
second cousin with first cousin, right? But it's like
having multiple wives.
No. Well, I don't think they really fucking rock that. But it's like, yeah, sure. Like, maybe she's your second cousin, but it's like they're just constantly like, they're not leaving, or they're not bringing anybody else into the gene pool. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's
It's
just like,
so basically your DNA is just, the lineage is degrading each generation.
yeah. And they're getting genetic abnormalities in their babies and stuff. And they're having a problem with like buying like farmland and stuff. It's like they have some land, but like taxes and stuff are starting to encroach on it,
Right,
It's kind of wild. Anyways, but yeah, dude, I'll like get like locked onto something and be like, I want to know everything about the fucking English. Tell me everything.
Yeah, there's a few islands in the Great Lakes, so.
All right, show me some.
All right, so basically, I just pulled up everything. There's an island called Puddin Bay.
Puddin Bay?
Yeah.
Tapioca Puddin Bay?
Oh, God, help me.
Tapioca Puddin Bay. TJ Bay.
Give me a minute.
Dude, they got that
islands.
Oof.
Yeah, so
they got the same DNA issues as fucking India and Pakistan and shit,
Yeah, we
They're
got
just
Mohawk
fucking
Island.
just inbreeding each other.
Some of these islands I haven't even really gone to. I think the one that I went to was I'm trying to remember. I think it was like Puddin Bay.
Some of these islands are like non-inhabited as well, right? Some of them, they're just fucking woods.
Some of them have wooded areas, but they aren't exactly like huge or anything. But yeah, there is infrastructure and everything.
That's interesting. I didn't even know there were fucking Erie Lakes, dude. There is a I mean, I knew there was Erie Lakes. I know there was like Erie Islands. There's an island in the Chesapeake Bay where it's like a fishing island, right? And when it first was established, there was like 50, 60 families on it. And now there's maybe 12. And they have like an English dialect. Like, they have accents that sound English when you go to the island. It's really odd. Like, it's really isolated and shit. It's really odd.
Yeah. Puddin Bay.
Fucking pudding.
Yeah. It's named
Where is
Puddin
the
Bay.
pudding? Oh, put in Bay. Son of a bitch. I should have ate before I started streaming, because now I'm like,
well, here we
pudding
are
sounds
summer,
fucking delicious.
And that means a lot of people are looking for ideas for great getaways, right? Well, I took a trip to a place right
shut
on
up, I
Lake
don't
Erie
care.
that might just be.
Yeah. Surprised they don't really even have any. Oh, there's a harbor currently.
Tell you what, if I really want to get away from TJ, I'll just go to an island.
Just go to the islands.
Because TJ can't swim, right, TJ?
Yeah, cut it out. Hey, look, I'm waving a white flag, bro. I'm waving a white flag. We said offer things to each other. Can we I'll start with me apologizing. And I'm sorry for being saying jokes and being mean and being rude. I don't want to do that no more. You know, so I don't want to do that no more. That's cool. I mean, that's how I feel. How you feel? You wanna bury the hatchet or something?
Absolutely, dude, absolutely. I never wanted to have a hatchet. I didn't
Okay.
mean for when I joked about saying I wanted to call you with a hard R, like I didn't realize it would hurt you that bad. Like I thought it was funny because I would never call you that. I'd never call anybody that. So I thought that was funny, and if I hurt you, then I
Cool beans.
apologize. That wasn't the intention. Was my intention to like maybe rub you, maybe elbow you a little bit? Yeah, but never like actually upset you at all. Because not really what I'm here to do, dude. I don't want to upset anybody.
Yeah. I got you. Shit, fuck it. It's over with. It's over with.
I'm fucking pissed, dude. Fuckity boys.
Yeah,
You called me the fuckity boys.
I mean, I just look. I don't know. I just want to stop it. You know, it's going
fine.
too far. Even me going too far, and you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I'm just coming at you like, yo, all right, let's stop it. Let's bury the hatchet. You know, I want to apologize for the shit I said. You apologize for the shit you said. Fuck it. It's cool.
It's cool, man.
What do you call it? Water under the bridge or a clean slate or something? You know, like we'll start with. I know you. I know you're I know you're a guy like me that if somebody say something to you, you're gonna have to say something back. And I'm a guy like you that if somebody say something to me, I'm gonna have to say something back, and we agree on it, and we just be like,
The
all
shit
right,
that
cool.
I said,
You know,
I expected something back. I didn't realize that it would be like so serious and for so long. Like I expected like a fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, of course I expected something back. I just didn't realize that it would be so sincere from you.
We cut from the same cloth, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker step on your toe.
Yeah, but I'm from uptown
Hey,
Newport News. You're from downtown
man,
Newport News.
stop it. If a motherfucker step on your toe, I'm gonna try to goddamn it kick his ankle from under him. We cut from the same cloth, so I get it. And yeah, I'm with you on that. You know, no harm, fellas. You know, we apologize to each other. We cool. So, what was we talking? If you don't mind,
We were talking about your new favorite game, Dragon Age Vanguard.
Hey man, don't give. Look. I have a whole.
See, the first thing I started doing was fucking with you again. No, I'm just.
Oh, no.
Dragon Age.
I'm not.
I don't. You play Cyberpunk, right?
Man, one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life. Now I do understand why everybody was mad because when it released, it was broke. It was completely broken. You know what I'm saying? And then they did
broken,
promise.
Right? They all get released broken at this point.
Yep.
But this was severely, though, Matt, severely broken. Remember?
No,
it was as broken as No Man's Sky. I remember they like said a whole bunch of shit about Cyberpunk, and then when it showed up, like none of it was there.
Like
same thing with No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
like they were like, "You're gonna do all this shit," and it was like, "What the fuck?" Like none
Why
of
am I going through the map?
How long? What are they on? Like year 7 or something now with the game Cyberpunk? Like,
but check it out though. Check it out. Just send me out. All right. So with No Man's Sky, when your man brought up No Man's Sky, I understand what you said because they promised a galaxy. They promised a fucking galaxy. How the fuck you gonna keep that promise? You know, but they did. You know, kept updating with people, and it's not nothing I would play, but whatever. But with Cyberpunk. It's also the same thing where they promised this grandiose, life-changing experience, and it released womp. That shit won't it. But they normally game companies would just like let it go, but CD Projekt Red actually put a lot of energy into it. And I never played it when it was broken. I remember watching guys play, but I didn't play it till it was broken. I waited till I bought a PlayStation 5 because I knew it wasn't going to run on my 4. So I waited till like a year later when I actually got a 5, and then I bought it and I played it. And from my personal experience, just me alone, it's one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life, man. I can't get enough of Cyberpunk. It fucked me up where I don't even like playing certain other not like playing other games, but I get
I
what's
just
the
want
word I
that
wanna
third
use?
person, man. If you're working so hard on your character, don't you want to like see your character? Do they have that in the game?
Nah, it's all first person.
It's all
first person.
No.
I love seeing my character.
They're for some reason also more so focusing on making the game look more realistic.
Now this joint right here, Dragon Age. I've never played Dragon Age. I've never been a fan, and I understand there's a huge community that's their shit. Dragon Age.
It's also doing really well, surprisingly.
Well, that's because of the fan base. You know, people gonna stick with it, even
How
though
how long has the game been around?
It's been out for, I'd say, a few weeks now, and it's
No, I mean Dragon Age, the IP has
a few years. I don't know how long.
Is this
but
like
I know
the
it's a few
I
years.
think
game?
maybe a decade. I don't want to say
believe-
a few. Don't sell it
Chat.
short.
Chet, help us out here. This is the third installment of Dragon Age, isn't it?
It looks like some weird pirate bullshit. I
Isn't
don't know.
it? It goes back to PlayStation 3, right?
Let's see.
No, but see, here's the thing. Well, I don't want to say here's the thing, but there's that part where everybody's complaining about with the non-binary. Oh, Lord have mercy. Look, we gotta vote tomorrow. I don't know what
You haven't voted yet. You haven't voted yet.
Nah, I haven't. I gotta go stand in line tomorrow, bro.
Yo, I voted early.
I heard, yeah.
Voted early.
Yeah.
Man. Wrote my own name in there for president. So,
President Bad Ball. No doubt.
That's why they were like, "Sir, you're in there for a long time." And I'm like, "I'm fucking writing my name. Leave me alone." I'll just write my name in for every position. So I might end up being sheriff of Clark County on Friday.
Yeah. But with that game though, right? Like it's the identity politics. I think that's the whole thing. Everybody hate identity politics. I hate identity politics. Get rid of identity. Kamala Harris is a product of identity politics. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I'm not a Dragon Age fan, fan, but I do know that I think it go back to like the PlayStation 3 or something. But what do you do when if there's I'm gonna ask you a question, man. Say like just I can't see your name on my phone. I gotta turn sideways.
Sci-fi.
Sci-fi. Thank you, sir. When say there's a very small part of a video game that's political ideology type shit, but the rest of the game is great. Do we say fuck that game, or do we be like, it's 2024? I'm just asking.
I'd say ultimately it's going to be up to how you want to look at it, no matter what. I mean, ultimately, if it's just like a very minute detail, I don't see why you would say fuck that game completely. So,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. If I'm sitting there playing a game, say I'm playing Starfield, and like the prompt for like am I he, she, them pops up, I'm just gonna hit he and keep moving. I'm not gonna lose my fucking shit.
That's ultimately the same thing with
now if it's like constantly
constantly, then yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying. It's like, man, I'm just trying to get to the game because there's a whole bunch of other people who worked on that game. But I don't know if it's constantly in the game, then I may have a problem. But honestly, I haven't played any games yet where I'm like,
remember when this
I'm dealing with that. You know what I mean? Like
basically,
Fortnite. I'm playing Fortnite. I'm playing fucking.
Well, remember this whole thing stemmed from
Space Marines 2. You know what I mean? Like there's no fucking like diversity in Space Marines 2. Like,
I got Space Marines too, man. Like we should get in. I'm probably way.
I love that, dude. I love Space Marines 2, dude.
I got the shit. I got the shit, man.
You want to play? Yeah.
For the emperor. Sci-fi. Just let me say this one thing real quick because I gotta take a leak anyway.
Because people are tired of that weird shit. Like, I just want sci-fi. Like, the world is so fucking crazy and weird that it's just like, yo, man, just let me fucking smash some aliens. Like, the dude next to me, maybe he's like kind of black looking. The guy next to me is like some kind of Asian guy in the game, right? You're like, fuck it. We're just fucking smashing aliens. It's a nice break. Yeah, it's a nice break.
Yeah.
No women.
I agree. No women.
I'm just kidding, dude. Well, dude, in the games right now, whenever they put a woman in there, she's like not attractive looking. There's like something where it's like they're like toning down the attractiveness, except for Fortnite. Like the chicks in Fortnite, they're all like kind of
curvy as a motherfucker.
Cuties.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you see the new Fortnite thing with Icy Spice or Spicy
Ice Spice?
Ice Spice. Nah, I know what you're talking about, but I ain't seen it though. I know you're talking about. She's just another girl with a fat ass. She ain't got no skills.
Look at what was it? Kim Kardashian in Call of Duty. Her fat ass was still there.
I didn't know.
Dude, that was crazy. I was playing Call of Duty and I remember seeing her skin, and she had just these fucking crazy ass thighs. No, it wasn't Kim Kardashian. It was Nicki Minaj.
Oh, Nicki Minaj. You're right.
Half of your skin was like Nicki Minaj's ass, dude. I was like, how are you gonna?
Yeah, I can see that being a bit of an issue there with someone like Nicki Minaj being in Call of Duty. You're in a bush, you're going prone, you just see hot pink in the bush, and it's just an ass. That fat ass.
I remember.
That sounds hot, dude. Hot pink in the bush.
I thought about that. And look, I remember
right, you did. I was like,
I remember when Nicki. I'm gonna get on y'all more. Not y'all, but I'm gonna just get on the shit that I really feel. You know what I'm saying? Because we got more in common than we don't. Matthew, you know what I'm saying? And sci-fi. I remember when Nicki Minaj started blowing up, and I used to say to myself, because I stopped listening to hip hop, like, yo, they made it cool for girls to fuck with girls. It wasn't like back in the day, I kissed the girl and I liked it. Y'all remember that shit back in the day. I kissed the girl and I liked it. I don't even remember how the fucking song go. But whatever. But when Nicki came through, it got like real cool for chicks to be like, you know, fucking with chicks and shit. And then like you say about the game and stuff. So I'm with you.
I didn't know she fucked with girls. Like, I remember
her name is Nicki Minaj, bro. Her name is Minaj. You know what a Minaj is?
Oh, Minaj. Yeah, I know. Well, I know what like a menage a trois is. I didn't even realize. I just thought she was doing Nicki. I mean, I remember first time I heard her on Kanye West. Right?
Monster.
Yeah. Because I'm a motherfucking monster. My Barbie house, she has like the whole thing. I was like, oh shit, this chick is crazy. Like, she starts off like really soft, and then at the end she's like growling and shit.
She can spit. And look, here's the thing, she can spit too.
But like, she wasn't Foxy Brown. Do you remember how hot Foxy Brown was? You were just like, holy fuck.
Yeah. The thing with Nicki was
Foxy Brown was fucking. I was like, good gravy. I want to listen to rap.
My brain is so moving, whatever. But with
old Foxy Brown,
Lil' Kim,
dude.
We're gonna get to like Lauryn Hill, and all that, right? So Nicki,
Lauryn Hill,
but check me out. Nicki
Erykah Badu, dude. Jeez, what happened, dude?
Nicki can spit, right? But her level of spitting, she used to say that she had this alter ego called Roman. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it in line with what you're saying, because the shit is going on. I'm not gonna pretend like it ain't going on. Like the morality
Roman,
thing.
okay.
So she has this alter ego called Roman. Like Beyonce has an alter ego that she says called Sasha. They say this shit in their music. Beyonce alter ego is Sasha, and that's when she get her freak on. And Nicki Minaj alter ego is called Roman. And it's I don't know.
Is that how they like separate shit? I've heard this in another place where it's like, hey man, if you really don't want to do something, just call yourself something else and then do it. Is that like this with Beyonce and stuff,
They-
where it's like, yo, man,
they
like, hey,
call-
we gotta go to a Diddy party. I don't want to go to the Diddy party. Well, we gotta go. Okay, well then I'm Sasha and I'm Roman. I'm gonna just like write shit as Roman.
Yeah, so I think you're feeling me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I think so. So the next day, you'd be like, hey, did you do any of that shit? I didn't do anything last night.
That was Sasha.
It was Sasha. Sasha did
Get
some
the
crazy
fuck
shit.
out of here. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I've heard it some funny. It was like, hey, man, like, it's like latrine duty. Like, oh, you got to do latrine duty. Like, you don't do it. Gary does it. Just be Gary. Go do latrine duty. Be Gary. You know what I mean? I heard it in like a survival show. You know, it was like the stuff that you have to do. Just do it. And, you know, imagine somebody else doing it, but you fucking do it because you have to do it to survive. But same principle, but with pop stars and P. Diddy parties.
They would say these words when they're doing it. They would say channeling. Well, I'm like Beyonce be like, I'm channeling Sasha, or Nicki Minaj be like, I'm channeling, Roman, and then
That
it's like
sounds
their alter
fucking
ego and shit.
evil.
Satanic, nigga. Excuse me, I mean you dropped the M-bomb. Yeah, that shit ain't
A
good.
hard R on me? Yeah, dude. Yeah. I feel like they're saying those words on purpose. And you know that chick that we were just talking about, that spicy ice girl, Ice Spice. They like caught a picture of her, and she was doing some like fucking like Baphomet symbols and shit with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I know you talking.
Like as above, down below
but I know
shit.
what
You're like, yo, what
Yeah.
the fuck is like? Why are you doing Baphomet symbols and shit?
If I'm ever sitting around with you and Sci-Fi, and I spurred the fuck out or whatever, do something, and then I say, "Oh, I'm about to channel Jerome," run away from me. What the fuck am I talking about? You channel who?
That's some head wound shit,
right
dude.
now, actually.
That would be some head wound shit. Just be like, yeah, I'm about to lose my shit right now. Just FYI, it's not me, it's Malcolm. Okay. Everything I said the other day, that was Malcolm. That wasn't me. That's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, or Chad or Trevor.
Who lets these women do that? Who like nobody says, hey, Beyonce, that was actually you.
I'm worried about, because tomorrow is where y'all supposed, when we supposed to go and vote.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about, and I always say, like, is there a cabal? I'm always that dark.
I would say yes.
You think so? You think there's a dark cabal behind the curtain that's running on some Alex Jones shit? I used to rock with Alex Jones.
I guess okay. When I say cabal, I guess it depends on like the level of fucking insanity. Like if we're like a cabal, if you Google like if it's like a group of people who are fucking operating, it's almost like
the guild of Cladimus, the guild of
you know what I mean? Like if let's say you have Pelosi and Chuck Schumacher and some other people, and they're operating, and they're like, all right, this is what we need to do for the Democratic Party. Like, are they forming a cabal? Like, are they like they're a group of people who behind scenes are doing stuff? So, are gay ops? Like, I almost feel like gay ops are a level of cabal, but then like that's the start of cabal. But then the ultimate is like the Alex Jones of like, there's like 3 fucking vampire reptiles that are fucking running the shit. I don't know.
The guild of Cladimus intent.
Bilderberg is a real
Bilderberg.
thing.
Yeah.
That's
I
people
believe
like
that.
Rich people getting together and being like, hey, what are you doing in your industry? Okay, well, what are you doing in yours?
The trilateral
is that's a
commission.
Real thing.
The trilateral commission.
Who knows what the Rothschilds have going on with the different banks? So it's like there's like different levels of this cabal, and I don't know, dude. It's like there's like the local cabals, and then you have like the national cabals, and then you have like the global cabals. You have like
I don't think Trump is part of a cabal.
Hold on.
I I don't think Trump is part of a cabal. I think Trump is one of the maybe not
He's
one.
not.
I think Trump is the motherfucker that ain't part of the cabal.
Nah, nobody invites him to the cabal parties. He's fucking crazy, dude. Nobody invites him. Like they're just like,
fair enough, yo.
yeah,
Fair
you know what I
enough,
mean? They're
man.
just like he can't keep the shit quiet. He'll be like,
You can't
"Oh,
keep it
what the fuck is
quiet.
going
You know?
on? No, this is fucking crazy."
Fuck
Just
this
been
shit.
to a crazy party.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy party. It was huge.
Yo.
Very big
It
party.
was really crazy. Like he's not.
Trump is on some fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd have had my money. My money's long old money. Fuck this shit.
Dude,
I'm good.
Trump
with
would
it.
show
You know
up
what
to
I'm
the cabal. He was like, "Your hookers are really low quality hookers. I have better hookers, better coke.
They have.
I'm gonna go back to the power. I have better hookers."
What you have here, the tits on your strippers are they're just very flat. I don't know.
Look
what
at
to
this.
say. They're
I'm
just
seeing
very flat.
flapjacks. I'm playing flapjack titties. I'm with round tits. Trump Tower. Let's go. You know, I'm going to Mar-a-Lago. We got the best tits in Mar-a-Lago. Like,
He's the greatest, man. He's the greatest. God bless them. Yo,
they were like,
man.
"Yo, man, do you want to go to like the Bohemian Grove and worship the fucking owl statue?" He'd be like,
That's not American.
Mosquito. Like, I'm not fucking
That's not American. We don't do that. That's not American.
He'd be like,
but you
"What kind of
feel free
steaks
to
do you
do it.
have? Do you have any kind of good steaks? Do you have Trump steaks? Oh, I'm not gonna do it then. You don't have any. What kind of cut of steak? Oh, I only eat fucking wakabi waboobi steaks from fucking Japan. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be that fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like, man, I ain't inviting Trump, fucking guy. But you know what? I don't want to party with Trump. Actually, I wouldn't mind partying with Trump. I just want him to do a job, dude. I just like he's a businessman, and like that's all I want. Like I think he's cool. I would love to have him over for dinner and stuff, but like, do I want him to marry my daughter? Like, not really. That guy's a fucking dog, dude. I don't want to, like.
Hell yeah, he is. Dude, ain't nothing new about that.
Is like he's like world class dog, and I don't know what to tell you, but you can't knock him for that either, because before he was a president, he was a fucking billionaire.
He was Trump.
A celebrity. He was Trump, dude. So
it was motherfucking Trump.
Oh, Trump's grabbing groupies by the pussy. It's like,
Trump,
so did
was the
Paul
American
McCartney.
dream.
So did fucking everybody in the Rolling Stones. Fucking everybody's like, you know, he was a rock star. So it's
before Trump started dissing Obama, before Trump started questioning, I ain't gonna say dissing, before Trump started questioning Obama, and then when Trump put his goddamn hat in the ring, the entire Trump was the definition of the American dream.
Yeah, because he had lost his shit and then like had like rebuilt it. Some crazy stuff. You know what the fucking gnarly thing is that the whole like, oh, Obama, is nationalized, like that shit was started by Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's the one who started the Obama wasn't born in America. Obama's not a citizen.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that when he was running.
Because Hillary was the one who was running against Obama at the time that it came out.
I heard that it came from a joke. You know how the White House have their state dinners, or maybe
yeah, that's what triggered Trump to fucking run, right? Yeah,
that's what triggered Trump. The Obama made a joke to him. Dude. The Obama made a joke to him. Trump said something to him. He was like, "Well, you'll never be president," and Trump was like, "Bitch, I can show you, but I can tell you." You know
you just see Trump just eyeballing him, dude. Like everybody's laughing about Trump, and Trump is just like fucking nodding his head, just like, "All right,
I can show you, but I can tell you." You know what I'm saying? Watch this. You know what I'm saying? Watch this.
Watch this. Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. It's up in the air. I don't know. You hope for the best. You assume, you're like, yo, that Walls guy is fucking crazy. Harris is fucking nuts, but then, you know,
out of her mind. Out of her mind.
Side.
Nobody likes her. But
yeah.
Well, they tried. Remember, they tried to get her on like. They tried to get Waltz on like Twitch with AOC for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were trying to get like I guess young people through Twitch to vote for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard about
That's
that.
her.
They were
AOC,
sprinting some money.
AOC whole shit is the youth. AOC is. You got to understand.
She's a hoe, dude. That's just
AOC.
fucking
No,
ass.
no. Let me say this real quick, and I'm gonna jump real fast. AOC didn't decide to run for Congress. She didn't have aspirations of I'm gonna run for Congress. AOC was picked from the Just Us Democrats, and they like lined up a bunch of people that like, okay, who are we going to put in this this
role.
In New
She
York,
like she auditioned for a role, right?
Yeah. In this district, who we gonna put in this district for New York? Who's always vote Democrat? Who are we gonna put in there? And she wasn't like say Matt, like say you was like, you know what, shit is going bad. I want to run. You running for the people. You running for your district. You running for the people that agree with you. Public servant. That's what the shit is. You know what I'm saying? She's never been that. She was fucking picked.
Yeah.
She was picked, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she's
from the Justice Democrats.
Boink. She got pulled out. They were like, yeah, she's got it. She's got all the check marks. All right, dude. Well, thanks for stopping by. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I was about to man, you called me. I was about to say the same thing. Thank you, man. Thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah,
It's been real
thanks
chill.
That we can work it out.
Yep.
Silly,
go out tomorrow. What you say?
I said it's silly to be fighting.
Oh, okay, I think he's about to say we still gonna be fighting. Hell yeah,
it's silly to be fighting. Go out and vote.
Yeah, man. Tomorrow, yo, man, go out and vote for whoever you want to vote for, but make sure you go out and vote for everybody that ain't voted, man. Thanks, man. Y'all have it.
Write my name in.
Yep.
Go into that boot and write my name in.
Go. Hey. Also, can underscore I underscore finish underscore. You know, check me out. Yep. Go on, man. Love.
Hell. All right. So that was TJ. Good stuff. Wrapping it up. That's what guys do. Talking shit, and wrapping it up. Sci-Fi, thanks for being here, buddy.
Yep.
We're gonna wrap it up. See you next Monday. I might talk some shit later in the week. Probably not. I'm not gonna start making videos for other people. It's kind of weird. So peace. Be brave. Be honest. Just be honest, right?
$5 from Chris Stanley.
Why are you sending me this, dude? You didn't need to. And I can't even see what that fucking icon is. It looks like the Twin Towers.
It's a heart.
It looks like the Twin Towers. That's fucked up. I'm seeing two fucking. It's two.
You're really seeing the Twin Towers right now. I'm seeing it's a fucking
dude. I'm working off of a fucking Mac Tower from 2012. So
Jesus, we need to get you a new PC.
I don't see the icons in there.
You don't
on my fucking my Chrome browser.
Yep. So
I just see two. Do you see the two? Do you see what I'm looking at? I see two squares. I see two triangles.
Squares. I'm seeing the heart emoji.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a heart emoji. I'm seeing I'm seeing two triangles. I'm glad that it is just. I'm glad that it's a heart because I'm like. I'm like.
Chris,
I don't know.
Twin Towers.
He's like, hey, just want to let you know, Twin Towers. Fuck.
Whoa.
Thanks.
It's like,
you guys having a good day? Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, Twin Towers. Fuck.
Well, I guess that's one way to end the stream. Also, Fallout 76. If you're a fan of that, just go outside and walk. Do you understand that?
All right. I hear somebody scratching at my door. All right, guys, be brave, be honest, draw stuff. Don't worry about if somebody doesn't like how you're drawing it. Just keep drawing. Just do whatever you're doing. Just do what you're doing. You know what I mean? See you next Monday. Hail. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to hold